At HasanAbi, thanks for 4 months. Take care, dude. Pogo Arjan? my sister from going down the rabbit hole that is QAnon. Here's to many more months. Pogo. Two years soon, Pog. I love you, chat. Love you, Hasan, and love you, chat poggies. Chat, you're looking very handsome today. I appreciate you, Arjan and chat. Seven months hassle. Dang.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon. No, Mom, I'm not talking to you. I'm starting my intro. See, I go away for one day.
Can you show
And my mom is like, oh, you must be talking to me instead of talking to yourself. You see that? One day I go away for, and everyone is used to me just not streaming, I guess. Anyway,
Has smelled.
let me restart. Hold on, here, we're gonna do it again. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny, kind of cloudy, definitely the best weather in the entire country right now, California, Los Angeles. We are live and alive, folks. And I hope the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic day. It is.
I wish I could tickle Anna, cherish Kiara, kiss Amelia Watson, hug.
It is. Yikes, Dono. It is Monday, February 15, 2021, 11:03 a.m., and I am live and alive. And I hope you are as well. I hope you are tuning in between your electricity running out, but you're still having a great time while you sit in the cold, wondering why your infrastructure is crumbling. Shouts out to all the southwestern and southern states that are experiencing the kinds of cold that they've never seen before. But of course, climate change is fake. Absolutely fake. I mean, global warming, really? It's snowing out, so how about you shut the fuck up? I wish we could get some global warming right about now, folks. Yeah. All of you in Texas talking about global warming. It's 61 degrees in California, so I don't know. It kind of disproves climate change. Checkmate, liberals. Okay, anyway. So, today is Monday, which means it's news day. It's the heaviest news day, the heaviest burden of news. You know, all the gaming frogs that have been building up in this community for the past couple of months, they're gonna be like, or for the past couple of weeks, they're gonna be like, what? This guy does politics? Like, I'm so confused. What a weird situation. Why is my favorite NoPixel Grand Theft Auto slash Breath of the Wild streamer talking about politics. What the fuck? And I know the politics frogs are hungry. A lot of you are politics frogs that also enjoy gaming, and you haven't really been annoying. But I have heard from some in the community who, as always, because politics frogs usually tend to be the most dramatic ones, acting like, you know, the world is over and I have sold out to the devil, and that, you know, they will be taking their talents and their subscriptions elsewhere. And to them, I say, calm down, okay? You are in your, you know, baby's first introduction to leftist politics stage. So it consumes every part of your life. We've all been there at certain points. You think everything is like the most important thing that's ever happening, and you immediately have to get your news. You probably just started watching me in the aftermath of the impeachment. You haven't been here for like 4 years, or 4 years. What am I saying? For 2 years, 3 years. So, all I have to say to you is, you know, sometimes we gotta scale it back a little bit, okay? Scale it back a little bit. This is the part of the broadcast where I talk about my personal experiences when I wasn't off stream, and therefore there is a 24-hour period to talk about today. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. I hope everyone had a fantastic Valentine's Day, and if you were doing a Palentine's Day, or if you were even by yourself on your own, I hope you had a great day. I spent my day in its entirety with my family, as a matter of fact. I went to my grandparents, surprised my grandma. My mom went and got some flowers for her from Trader Joe's on our way over there. And it was wonderful. It was a great day. And, you know, she cried a little bit. But, regardless, I did that, and then I hung out with Marat. Yeah, we had a great day. We had some good food. You know, we had this like very weird, kind of expensive Mexican restaurant, but it was really cool. It was really fun. We just had a good time, and I slept a lot. And I watched some Sopranos, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I literally spend most of my Sundays sleeping. And I wonder why I spend so much time sleeping. And if you ask my mom, she thinks it's because it's like I'm catching up on all of the times that I haven't slept. By the way, no, I haven't. I have not tweeted out that I'm live yet. Hold on. I do my personal news stuff, and then after that, I talk about what I'm doing. By the way, every single time I don't go live for an entire day, like, you'll see it. Like 2,000 sub drop off. So some of y'all are ruthless, is what I'm saying. Like, you're like, oh, he's not live every single day? All right, fuck him. Like, it's over. It's done, you know. I refuse to subscribe to a streamer that's not live on Sundays as well. The Sopranos is so cool. I wish Italians were real. That's a great take. True, it's definitely taking Sunday off and not the 500 hours of NoPixel. Yeah, I think it's that for sure. It's a consequence of primers readjusting post like a big news time, like the insurrection, and the sub count going back to like the normal fucking level it's at. And it happened last week as well, and I wasn't fucking playing NoPixel last week. Yeah, just like... No, it's the 500 hours of NoPixel. I'll sub to a Turkish politics streamer, not some annoying Italian. Wow, that's really fucked up. I guess anti-Italian racism and discrimination is real. Like, we were joking about it, but maybe a lot of people are maybe a lot of people are leaving the community because they just hate Italians. And I am beginning to recognize that anti-Italian freightophobia happening. Okay, all jokes aside. I'm in a really good mood today. I feel refreshed because I took a day off. It is a good thing that it is a good thing when I take a day off, is I come back a lot more refreshed and a lot more excited to stream. But also on top of that, I worked out this morning. I went to the gym again. Oh my God, dude. Oh, Maron. By the way, speaking of playing, you know, Umberto Donato, Antonio Pecorino, the problem is I literally find myself saying Maron in my head in real life. Like today, I went to the P.O. box after I worked out, and there was a gajillion packages, right? And the P.O. box guy was like, dude, what are you doing? We are not going to re-up your contract when it expires if you don't pick up your fucking P.O. box. Like, you get the most packages out of anyone, right? And basically, when he was telling me about that, I was in my head, I was so close to being like, Mata, and I stopped myself. And honestly, it's really it's bad. Okay, it's bad. It just like coincides with me watching a lot of Sopranos too, and it just means like Madonna. Yeah, it's harmful. It's a harmful Italian stereotype. I have no pixel roleplay dreams. It's like multiple personalities. It's not good. I have to like figure out how to separate everything. You know what I mean? I'm having like, I know in my dreams that I'm dreaming about a video game. Like, it's not like it's real life or anything, but what? Yo, I like you, but I heard you talk a lot of shit about Jordan Peterson. You need to know that he means a lot to so much people. Watch this vid, and if it doesn't change your mind about him, you can ban me. You're such a dipshit. It's a meme video, but yeah, I'm lost in the fucking sauce, is what I'm saying. It better Don than fucking Hank Pecker, though. Anyway. Yeah, I'm doing internal Donologues. No, it's not a real Jordan Peterson bootlicker. All right, that's enough for personal news, though. I worked out this morning, so I feel really good, and I gotta do that more, honestly. I just, I gotta get back into my regular routine, because I feel so fucking good. Hopefully I don't get injured, you know? Anyway. Did you talk to Seer or anyone to clarify about the Johnny mission? Yeah, I did. And hey, guess what? Contrary to what all of the experienced role players who were losing their fucking shit in my chat, you know, all of you role play watchers, Seer was like, no, you played that perfectly. Like, you played that perfectly. I had a similar situation in which I had a similar situation when I first interacted with them the first time, interacted with that character 2 years ago. It was another character. And you're supposed to treat it like it's real, as long as you want to continue along like his quest line, basically, because he has a quest line for himself, for his own character. And chat is so fucking stupid. This is literally how every other streamer agree with how you handled it. Yeah. It's every streamer thought it was the appropriate way to handle it without like fucking up anyone else's like roleplay, while not fucking up my roleplay. But when it came down to chat, I had the entire chat was like, dude, you're so wrong. Like, why are you so wrong at doing this? Nino dipped because it was way out of character. Many thought it was hilarious. Did Nino know too? By the way, you did a great silver with the silver hand quest. Yeah. If I wanted to, so I didn't ruin their quest. I didn't ruin that like game. Here, I'll just describe that really quickly for those of you who were there at the end of it. What happened is there's a Johnny Silverhand character, and he's a terrorist, and he's a real terrorist. Like, his character wants to be a real terrorist, from what I understand. And what he did was he has a group of individuals that follow him around. He gave a quest basically, and we entered a government facility, a real government facility within the NoPixel area. But luckily there were no like NPCs there. It was a no NPC area, and we entered with guns. The real government facility, as in like in RP world, it's real. So what you're supposed to do basically is treat that as though that's real. Like, it's not like if you want to follow Johnny, his quests are going to get more and more robust. And even in that situation, like, cops are supposed to show up when shots get fired like that, right? So basically, like, you know, you're actually shoot at the cops eventually. Like, that's his goal, is to become like a full-fledged person who runs away from the cops and shit like that. And that will inevitably happen. Yeah, if you were caught in that building, your consequences would be very real. Exactly. Yeah. And what ends up happening is that's why Mehdi or Nino was not interested in like running with us, but he was still there to, like, you know, scoop me up if push came to shove, because that's how you get your character basically exiled, like X'd out. IRL a few days banned. Yeah, either you get like a couple days banned, and that's the light one. No, you actually get straight up banned, like permanently banned if you get the terror charge, I think sometimes too, depending on what it is. Anyway, what was your role in all this? My role is just, I was just going along with it because I didn't think it was gonna be. Mehdi was explaining it for everyone on it. He definitely did not want it to fuck with Nino's plotline and didn't work with his RP yet. Like, it doesn't work with mine either, because I don't want to become a terrorist. I want to character ban, not IRL. Yes. You don't get IRL ban. Your character gets IRL. Your character gets, in some instances, your character gets permanently banned. So me saying like I went along with it while saying Johnny's definitely a terrorist is the best way to handle it, because at the worst case I could just be like, yeah, I think I was on drugs and I don't know what was going on, or some shit like that. You see what I mean? Nino said that going to Humane Labs territory was a felony trespass, which means if you're caught, you're in jail until a full court trial, not a bench trial. Lang is a meeting set up with Johnny Silvercrack to fly all of you to a small island. Yeah. No, you can get your character, you can get permanently banned if you do some shit that, you know, fucks with people. Like, it really violates. I mean, Slicker got permanently banned. Like, if you violate server rules, if you consistently metagame, if you do a lot of stuff like that, you will get permanently banned, and then you won't have any sort of fucking you won't be able to have any characters whatsoever in the server. You'll just get banned from the server in its entirety. But I don't want to get Don banned too, because I'm like flushing this character out, and I don't want to get it fucking banned or by having it go to prison for life because of a terrorism charge, when you know, if I follow on like the Johnny Silverhand quest line, because getting the 9s, fleshing out like you're making him real out of flesh. No, yeah, fleshing out my character as in building it more to become an integral part of like the Clean Boys, and you know, have a place in the universe, the NoPixel universe. mods of the server would never do that. They would work with you on it because you're new. Mandy was saying, yeah, I didn't know either. Yeah, then that would have been bad, but now I know the repercussions. Don't you get put in prison for life, meaning you can still prison RP or break out or something? Yeah, but prison RP is fucking ass cheeks, dude. That's like super limited in what you can do as far as roleplay goes. And breakouts are nowhere near. We are nowhere near the stage of being able to do prison breakouts. Like the server buildup is very slow on purpose. So most people at this stage don't have the fucking tools. We don't even have walkie-talkies yet. How the fuck are we gonna coordinate a prison breakout? No, I'm not in prison anyway. Terrorism charges are worked out of character. Oh, really? It just, even if I went to prison for fucking 2 whole days, which is like, you know, longer than most sentences. Most sentences are like 1 month is I think 1 month is what? 1 minute? Anyway, regardless, if I went to prison for fucking, you know, 2 whole days, that sucks. I'm not doing RP with that character for 2 fucking whole days. Regardless, all right, let's get to the fucking news, man. What am I doing? All right, it's Monday. We're gonna do news, and we'll get to NoPixel stuff later, obviously. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. I am definitely addicted. I've been watching like other NoPixel. I'll get back to NoPixel. I've been watching NoPixel shit off stream anyway. Okay, daycare is now open. It's Monday. And I'm covering what happened in the impeachment trial and COVID updates. Get in now, you little pog champs. www.twitch.tv/HasanAbi. Okay. Low-key, I hate that Komodo Hype is the new PogChamp. Like, that's not even a joke. I kind of don't like it. Anyway, let's start with this fucking thing, though, first, before we get into impeachment.
It asked a lot, and I think it's an important question. Is it okay to shit your pants? And I think we have to ask ourselves, firstly, is it okay to shit? And the answer to that is yes, of course it is okay to shit. You have to push the poop out of your butt because it's a very small space. Eventually you'll run out of room. The other question we have to ask is, are we, as a society, setting unrealistic expectations when it comes to the cleanliness of our pants? They have to get dirty sometimes.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I despise Jordan Peterson until this. I think he's right. I think this defense of Caitlin Boo Boo Bennett is somewhat correct and acceptable. I take it back.
But the Marxist postmodernists are saying that pants should be clean all the time. But it's just not possible. And I think a lot of young men can...
Okay, not to get too into this, but the irony is that, like, people have talked about this before, where, like, they say Jordan Peterson is a postmodernist himself, especially in his, like... especially in the way that he like tries to describe the metaphysical nature of religion and justify religion in fairly postmodernist terms, right? And this analogy works so perfectly. This is TTS, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Like, because the postmodernists would not be the ones who are saying your pants should be clean all the time, but Jordan Peterson aligning against them would literally be saying, oh no, they're saying you need to keep your fucking pants clean all the time. When in fact, those would be the ones who would make this argument like, no, you don't need to keep your pants clean all the time. Who's to say your pants shouldn't have shit in it?
And empathize with that. And it's terrible. I get young men coming up to me all the time, and their pants are covered in poo-poo, and most of it has usually come from their own butt, and it's a travesty. It's very upsetting. Sometimes they've come hundreds of miles just to see me, and they're covered in shit. And people are saying, well, why not use adult diapers? But I've seen 15 years of studies, I've read all the literature, and the consensus seems to be that diapers themselves do not solve the problem. And what I'm proposing is something that the postmodernists are saying is radical, when in actuality, it has been a defining feature of civilization since the dawn of man. I am, of course, talking about pulling down your pants and shaking your bottom till all the poops fall out, because that is essentially getting to the root of the issue. My hope is that one day we can get rid of the pants altogether. It's like, okay, now we can just dump straight onto the ground. What else can we do? Well, we can feel a gentle breeze on our test.
Wait, he has to talk about fucking animals and how, like, a bear is not necessarily restricted by the confines of imaginary spaces. Neither is any other animal in the kingdom. If you believe a lobster would be relegated to pant wearing, you would be wrong.
Testicles. We can get rid of washing machines, and so there are other benefits. And I think young men are really responding to that message.
It's very good. Oh, man. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. You know this is a deep fake, right? It's a deep fake? Wait, what? I didn't realize that Jordan Peterson actually didn't make an argument about pant shitting, dude. What?
By the way,
Jordan Peterson makes a free bleeding argument about pooping. Free pooping. Hashtag free to Brown.
so Candace, who I watch the show, and I know you guys definitely have disagreements on stuff, as do I do when it comes not only to politics, but tactics sometimes and stuff, but I really do like her. You know, look, she's causing a massive rift in the black community, and you can see it in the numbers. Black male support for Trump, or for Trump.
As a consequence of Cadace Owens, dude. Dave understands the black community. He gets it. He absolutely gets it, because
Trump doubled. It was at 11%. It's now at 22. No, well, it's Kanye. Kanye was the wrecking machine, but
it's great because Joe Rogan is also so fucking insanely dumb that he thinks like, wait, don't you think it's Kanye? Yeah, guys, the black community is changing their political identity because of Kanye West and Cadace Owens. Thank you. At least Joe Rogan's is like a little bit less dumb. Not as dumb as Cadace Owens, who has absolutely like no footprint whatsoever in like the black community. It's just all old white racists who feel good about their racism when they hear a young black woman say the exact white supremacist shit that they say to their friends. That's it. Okay, can you read my sub message? It's important. Yo, I heard Drew was talking mad shit about you, bro. What? I don't even know what that is. What? Nate? What do you... Drew Mama? Drew P. Balls? You know, sometimes you gotta take 2 days off, okay? 1 day off, not enough. Sometimes didn't take. Gotta take 2 fucking days off, I think. Listen, Nate is feeling some type of way right now. All right, guys. As my most Italian mod and perhaps the most Italian member of this community, he has been very upset for the past couple of days where I have been, you know, absolutely just making a mockery of his culture with my minstrel show of Italiophobia. So he gets to have this one on me, okay? Bro, Italian people aren't real. They can't hurt you. I gave you criticism in regulator chat. You're not doing bad, but there could be improvements. Okay, good to know.
I actually think in the grand scheme of things, Candace is much bigger. I really believe that in terms of because I think she could be a direct line to all of the political parts of this if she decides to go that route. Because I think she could run for Senate or
what?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You high?
Yeah.
The funniest part about this is that like Joe Rogan is kind of wrong because of how fucking stupid and fundamentally broken American politics is, that Joe Rogan isn't even wrong. I mean, not Joe Rogan isn't even wrong. Dave Rubin isn't even wrong in this take. Like, Cadace Owens could run for a position now. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a congressperson. Why not Cadace Owens? You know what I mean? Like, what does this mean? Check Twitter last night. I don't know. I just thought she looked good, so I liked it. What do you guys got a problem? What are you, anti-pegging, dude? Huh? Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing now? Or you guys got to stop like policing, okay? What? She looks good. I'm pro pegging. I'm not, but you know, I wasn't considering the tweet itself. I just saw that she looked good, so I liked it. It's been 9 months since you're the father. Also, nice pink shirt. Yeah, fake swollen lips are super attractive. Yeah, good one, dude. You seem to have a very nice personality.
I'm not high. I'm not high
What
today.
happened?
I'm only smoking maybe once a week on Sundays. And now I'm on tour, so I'm not really at all. But
maybe I'll spark up a joint and have you reconsider what you just said.
You can smoke a joint and maybe I'll reconsider.
You said
it.
you watched the podcast I did with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watch, I don't know, maybe at least an hour and a half of it or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Why?
Why what?
Well, I don't know. Why are you saying it that way?
Because I don't think she should run for Senate.
Did you see Austin posting Among Us porn in your Discord? He fucking DM'd me one too. Or not DM'd me. He sent me a text message. Said Happy Valentine's Day, and it's Among Us porn. So I got back to him with Homer Simpson showing his asshole, like gaping. Yeah, I know it was graphic. Yeah, I know. He sent me a message of it. Yeah. So I sent him gaping Homer Simpson in retaliation. Yeah, Homer Goatse. Is that what that is? Is Goatse gaping? I don't know. Can't imagine Candace running and actually getting far. Margarine is a white woman. Smile. That's true. What is wrong with you, King? I don't know. I found a fucking funny Homer Simpson gaping, like violently gaping image. Bro, what the fuck? Not paying attention to your stream is so weird. I stopped paying attention for 1 second, then I hear Homer Simpson spreading his asshole open. Yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, what do I do to my family who always brings up Candace Owens whenever BLM or police brutality comes? Motherfuckers literally Facebook messaged me with a video of her that I posted Black Lives Matter last year. See, that's why Candace Owens has clout. Yeah. How long did you search for Homer Simpson gaping? No, I didn't search for it. I see it. People on Reddit hating you lately, Hasan? What Reddit? First of all, if people on Reddit are fucking hating on me, that's a good thing, okay? Because Reddit is a hotbed for degeneracy. Secondly, I assume that says more about the circles that you fucking go to, because I'm unfamiliar with circles in which people are hating on me. So I don't know. Maybe just don't go to those places if it fucking hurts your feelings or something, having people shit on me. Livestream fails, I'm sure. No, Livestream fails loves me, dude. Like, they're not, you know, I've consistently gotten like decent marks from Livestream fails. Unless there are other communities that are trying to very desperately do some propaganda. Anyway. Where was I? So, the thing I was going to say is, thank you, Themasius, for the great playlist as always. Fuck, what was I going to say? I totally fucking forgot. You made me lose my train of thought. Reddit is literally just Neolib City. Yeah, it is terrible. As far as like having those, Homer Goatse, that's what I was talking about, or Goats, or whatever, Homer gaping. Yeah, whenever I'm on Twitter and I see like a really fucking devastating reply like that, because usually like I spend so much time in Twitter replies, especially on like really weird fucking, on really weird threads. I will just straight up save all of that in my phone. And it's really bad because, I mean, it goes to show you like how long I've been single for, because like, you know, if anybody went through my phone, they would be like, oh, you're a fucking monster. Like, you are a monster. You are not someone I wish to spend any time with. You are a horrible person. Like, the amount of like weird shit you have that you've clearly found. Like, I can't even show it to you. I wanted to show it to you. It's like, but, you know, it'll be stuff like this too, though. Like, the fucking, this is a great example. Like, you know, I see this shit, I fucking download it. Bernie Sanders with mittens, drawn like an anime character, hugging and caressing the Resident Evil vampire mommy. Like, I see that, I'm like, what, am I not going to fucking download that? Of course I'm going to download that. That's hilarious. So it's stuff like that. I feel like having degenerate shit to say to your homies is pretty common, is it not? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you know how the stuff that, you know how weebs are just total degenerates, right? And they actually enjoy looking at all this stuff. Imagine all the things that weebs actually watch and enjoy and consume, like the most degenerate ones. I like to find that to send to my friends so that we can one-up one another in like how devastating and awful things we have seen are. You have that Wanda from One Piece on your phone too? No, that's not degenerate enough. That's just straight up furry shit. Yeah, cam is out of focus. I know, my fucking camera breaks. Maybe I'll get Misgift's camera. I was talking to him about it. I was like, I want to be a titty streamer like you. Anyway, I have some 6-digit numbers that would make you cry like a normie. I download that kind of shit even though I'm someone. LMAO, what? How'd you end up talking about this shit? Fucking Austin. Austin sent me Among Us porn, so in retaliation, I sent him Homer violently gaping his asshole. And you can like see his balls and stuff too. Pretty bad. And people were asking like, where did you find that? And I said like, you know, I fucking have that sort of stuff saved.
The Senate has.
Anyway, let's watch the Senate acquitting Trump for the second time after a week-long trial, because, and this is a good way to get into this. I might actually react to like a Ben Shabibo video on it too afterwards. But there's a new John Oliver as well that we're going to take a look at too. But yeah, let's get started. We've been dicking around for too long, but I have a lot of opinions on this, and maybe even some interesting things. What are these fucking numbers, dude? What does this mean? Please ban the numbers. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what those fucking numbers are. Like, it just don't pepela it. We're banning it. Okay.
As a solemn responsibility to try and hold Donald Trump accountable for the most serious charges ever levied against a president.
Like every one of you, I was evacuated as this violent mob stormed the Capitol's gates.
If that's not an impeachable offense, then there is no such thing.
I believe the managers will present a very strong case. The evidence will be powerful.
What you are about to hear has not been made public before.
I particularly urge my Republican colleagues to pay very real attention to the evidence here.
President Trump left everyone in this Capitol for dead.
It's Tuesday morning on Capitol Hill. Almost 3 weeks after he left office, Donald J. Trump's second impeachment trial is about to begin.
We are starting the trial today. We are back 1 year plus 4 days to the moment and about to be starting impeachment trial number 2. I think the one big question that remains unresolved at this point is what's going to happen with witnesses. At this point, no one is expecting.
Well, here, it got resolved, okay? I'm going to skip through some of the early stages of this where they recap the events and stuff. But what we basically got to this past weekend and leading up to this past weekend was the final stages. Okay, on Friday they delivered their final remarks, and in the aftermath of the final stages, there was a call to bring forward witnesses. Now, the main person with the incredible monk bowl cut, I'm forgetting his name now. Holy shit! The impeachment manager said that Jamie Raskin, thank you, said that Donald Trump should stand in trial as a witness if you want to bring up witnesses. But the defense team basically retaliated with the most insane things you've ever heard of, including the same guy who had originally, the ambulance chasing lawyer, who originally had even sued Donald Trump in the past, saying things like, if we are going to have witnesses, we are going to abuse the witness system, and we're going to have hundreds of witnesses. And to that, the Democrats basically conceded and said, okay, never mind. We're just going to have one witness's testimony on the record, and then that's it. Yeah, horrible legal process. It's easy to say, oh, Democrats fucking folded so easily. What the fuck are you doing? But I think the counter to that is, and I'm not even running defense for Democrats here, because I do think that the trial should have gone a little bit further. If you're going to start a trial, you need to at least try to win the trial. You can't just like start a trial and then stop it. Hey, by the way, yeah, I'm banning. I'm starting to ban. I'm starting to ban. Okay, it's good. All right. I'm happy that you guys are fucking demonstrating your degeneracy in my chat, but I'm just gonna start banning. And next one's gonna be perma. Okay, so get excited for that. Because I'm trying to fucking pay attention, and you're like trying to spam that you like to jerk off to fucking degenerate hentai manga or some shit, and great. Yes, there is no free speech in this chat, and there never was. Okay. He knows? Yeah, I know because someone already just fucking described it. Stop spamming. Oh, God. Fucking degenerates. Okay. Where was I? So basically what ended up happening is with the impeachment is that they folded, but it wasn't necessarily a huge fold because I don't know how long the Republicans wanted to run the clock on this. And I see both sides of the argument, so I'm going to hit you with a fucking both sides. in this situation. I personally think it should have gone a little bit further. Because that way you would have time to at least apply pressure strategically. And beyond that, the real reason why they wanted to shut this immediately was so that they could continue with the stimulus, with the stimmies, the $1.9 trillion COVID recovery bill that they're trying to push forward through the budget reconciliation. And Mitch McConnell would have utilized this as an opportunity to not do that, right? Mitch McConnell was going to use this to stop that from going forward. But then they went on fucking recess, which is idiotic as fuck. So, again, like, that's yet another week of being able to push for more evidence as to what was going on. I think ultimately, no matter what, from the Democrats' point of view, Republicans were not going to get on board. Enough Republicans were not going to vote for it. The further you get away from the actual act itself, the less likely it was going to be for Republicans to get on board with, impeaching Donald Trump. And they played their hand, and they decided to leave it up to the Republican Party internally to deal with this issue, rather than excising Donald Trump and then saying, Republicans are good. We need a strong Republican Party. Look at all the good Republicans that did the right thing versus Donald Trump, who is the wrong thing and the only wrong person in the Republican Party. So instead of doing that, which was an olive branch from the Democrats to the Republicans, they were like, all right, fuck it. Let them do it on their own. 67 votes was not happening. Yeah, I don't disagree. And you see that because the Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump, to convict Donald Trump, there were 7 of them. They were either all like very publicly anti-Donald Trump and had criticized him before, had safe seats because they had just won their reelection, or they were retiring. So there was no threat of it wasn't because they found their conscience. It was just that they didn't give a shit. Okay, they were not going to suffer the repercussions of like being against Donald Trump because, and I've been saying this since day one, since before Donald Trump even became the president, that Donald Trump is the Republican Party. He represents the base better in a lot of ways than the elitist Mitt Romneys of the world represent the base. Okay, Mitt Romney is an old school Republican. He is the free market Republican. Okay, he's the deregulation Republican. Donald Trump is the free market and deregulation Republican that does a better job making sure that the interests of the actual Republican voters, the poor Republicans who fucking go out and vote, are represented. And those interests are, and I hate to do this, I actually don't hate to do this actually, it's just racism. It's just culture war, petty grievances, saying the fucking quiet part out loud, and winning favor within the Republican base that way. And he was so effective at it that the entire Republican Party is afraid of going against him. And what did the Republican Party do? Well, North Carolina GOP actually voted, I don't think they actually ended up voting, but they are voting to censure Burr, for example. Because of his vote against Donald Trump, they are censuring him. They are punishing those who voted to impeach Donald Trump. That is what the Republican Party is. Okay, that's just the reality. Sorry. Let's keep going.
Expecting there to be any witnesses in this trial, but House managers.
Yeah, Pat Toomey is getting censured by PA State Republicans as well.
Say they want to call all the way up to the president. Now the problem is that the Senate would have to actually back any sort of a summons to bring anybody in to testify. That does not seem likely, but it is still possible.
The House impeachment managers, led by Representative Jamie Raskin, make their way to the Senate floor. The Democrats open their presentation with a powerful 13-minute video outlining the events of January 6th.
Okay, we're skipping this part.
And I heard
the impeachment trial, and our reporting shows that he was quite displeased by his lawyer's performance.
Another lawyer, David Schoen, picks things up. His argument holds that the House investigated too quickly, but also that the impeachment becomes moot once the president leaves office.
Ironically, this is also Mitch McConnell's take as well, which we are going to be watching in a moment. If it's not in this video, I would love to hear Mitch McConnell's closing arguments on Donald Trump. So remember, Mitch McConnell is the reason why the impeachment trial to convict Donald Trump in the Senate happened after Donald Trump's presidency. Like, he could have tried to whip to get this procedure started in January, and they didn't do that. He didn't do that because he wanted to give a comfortable out to the rest of the Republicans in the Senate to say, well, this is, yeah, he's bad, and we know he's bad, but we can't impeach him because it's unconstitutional. It is ridiculous.
It is a clear denial of due process and fair trial rights for private citizen Trump to face an impeachment trial. The impeachment article should be treated as a nullity and dismissed based on the total lack of due process in the House.
Senators vote to continue with the trial, saying it is constitutional, picking up one extra Republican from a similar vote 2 weeks earlier.
As an impartial juror, I'm going to vote for the side that did the good job.
So it's day 2 of the trial now. That means it is day 1 of seeing the full case that the House managers are going to put on.
The evidence will show you that ex-President Trump was no innocent bystander.
He truly made his base believe that the only way he could lose was if the election was rigged.
This was the save the date, sent out 18 days before the event on January 6th.
The managers spend the early afternoon connecting Trump to the riot.
He had every reason to know that they were armed, that they were violent, and that they would actually fight.
Then Raskin delivers a warning.
I do want...
Why was there not impartial juror for the trial? What? It's the Senate, dog. What do you mean? It's an impeachment. What do you mean an impartial juror? The Senate, in theory, or Congress in general, in theory, is supposed to be impartial. They should be partial only to the Constitution. Their job is to uphold the oath to the Constitution. So technically, they're all supposed to be completely unbiased in this argument. That has never happened, and it will never fucking happen, and it's idiotic to assume that it's going to happen. And these people are all fucking liars, and of course they're going to vote along party lines, and they did. But that is the impartial fucking check and balance that the Congress is supposed to provide to the executive office. You know, 101 government shit. That does not happen, though, because they're all corrupt assholes.
I want to alert everyone that there is some very graphic, violent footage coming, just so people are aware.
Okay, all right, whatever. All right, let's keep going.
I wasn't fully aware of everything else that was happening in the building, and just the total awareness of that, the enormity of this, the threat, not just to us as people, as lawmakers, but the threat to...
I watched some this morning.
The more glorious in the end will be our victory.
We're not expecting Trump's team to take as long, but they have to undo all the emotional mess that has been brought up to the surface and all these senators who've been watching. If the senators who have been watching, who are feeling completely torn up about what they saw and yet completely not comfortable with the idea of convicting the president on it, if they are looking for an excuse, they're just going to be listening for whatever words drop out of the Trump lawyers' mouths that give them that answer. They don't have as cohesive a GOP bloc as they thought they did going in. They have to keep together who they have.
I think I'll just say this much, okay? I think that everything that we saw this past these past 2 weeks, or this past week basically, was expected, right? You expect Republicans to behave this way, except for one thing. And this is not a joke. This might come across like a joke, but I'm not kidding. And that is Theodore Jebediah Cruz's haircut. This is probably the worst thing I've ever seen in a week of horrible politics. Because honestly, I have lost sleep for the past week. I've lost sleep thinking about this haircut, which I believe is inspired by this haircut, but not as cool as this haircut. This is the most disgusting thing that the Republicans did this past week, on a week where they defended Donald Trump after criticizing him lightly and gently. Bro, that's a Texas stable. It's called the South Dallas Shag. Motherfucker Ted Cruz drippy son, get off my mans. It's like, leave it up to Ted Cruz to really constantly one-up himself as the grossest person in Congress. You know what I mean? Like, that's a title that he will hold on to as long as he is alive, I think. My guy wanted barbershops to reopen to get that abomination. There's nothing else I need to say. He has a literal fucking Aang style, like he has the Aang arrow on the side of his head, dude. What are you, a fucking airbender? What are you doing? Did he go to those like Instagram barbers where they literally use a fucking ruler to do your fade? He almost has turf bangs. Like, what the fuck happened? It's just devastating. Fight your stepdad. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. What a funny name. Fight your stepdad. This is a normal human being haircut. Ted Cruz has researched his human hairstyles thoroughly to maintain normal status. I don't know what he thought when he did this. I didn't know what he was thinking when he did the fucking when he did the beard. Ted Cruz is the only man on the planet to grow a beard out, like a full beard, and look worse. Because as we boys know, you know, that's our cheat code. We grow a beard, it's like extra, we get better looking. It's like male makeup. You know what I mean? Ted Cruz is the only dude to look worse after growing a beard. As long as you can fully grow the beard, obviously. He was thinking about butter. He just told the barber to do what they want, and it was a white radical barber. I just don't know what the fuck was going on. Was he getting a haircut and then he heard about, like, he was getting a fucking haircut and he heard about the impeachment trial, so he was like, all right, we'll take this up later. I gotta be done now. Did James Marco St. Marco cut his hair? Like, what the fuck happened here? Like, this is the most... This is when you try... This is what happens, like, when your barber is too Caucasian, okay? But you want to try some new shit. That's what happened here. Someone back in Canada that this was a cool haircut in America. He was Googling haircuts that do not make you look like the Zodiac Killer. Anyway, so yeah. That's what the fuck Ted Cruz was going for, but I guess it didn't happen for him. Yeah, business on the front, insurrection in the back. Exactly. He literally walked in and said, fuck my shit up. He didn't know how to change it on his character creation screen. Lots of the Tory rugby boys in the UK have that Ted Cruz look at the moment. It's just very weird. It's like the Vikings haircut. You know the Vikings on History Channel? Where, like, they would just get this like aggressive fade that was like literally your entire head except for the front of it. Like, what are you doing? Like, why would you fade like one part and then just stop? It makes no fucking sense. Your boy Manny fuck I Sanchez about the South Dallas shag. Yeah, I know. What no pussy does to a motherfucker? Yeah, true. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about that. I want to take a moment to just like talk about the worst thing that happened, but we'll continue with the fucking impeachment. But before we do, it is top of the hour. Every hour. It's top of the hour every hour. It's time for a 60-second ad break. Right now, ladies and gentlemen. The first of the day. The first fucking ad break of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and NBs. I'm going to run it now. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free. All right, I ran the fucking ad already. Haircut is a distraction to overthrow the government. Well, I guess his haircut worked because... Quick meme. I guess his fucking haircut worked because I'm talking about his haircut instead of... Oh, yeah, he is doing the virgin walk. Because I'm talking about his haircut more than I'm talking about the fucking insurrection and shit, so... Like, it literally worked. It does look like the Komodo hype emote, dude. Maybe that's what he was celebrating. Is it weird that I really miss Trump's tweets? I'm glad this asshole's out of office, but his tweets are so good. Yeah, I miss him too. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. So let's get back to it.
It's a bitterly cold day in Washington, and Trump's lawyers start their arguments.
So we're expecting Trump's team to basically make the argument that what happened on January 6th was a terrible, awful, tragic thing, but that it's not the president's fault. It is striking how many Republicans who seem committed to vote to acquit are also saying that they found the House manager's case extremely compelling.
Throughout the course of today, my colleagues and I will explain in some detail the simple fact that President Trump did not incite the horrific, terrible riots of January 6th.
And Mr. Trump's speech deserves full protection under the First Amendment. This case, unfortunately, is about political hatred.
The defense lawyers repeatedly claim that House managers manipulated evidence and selectively edited quotes.
This hatred has led the House managers to manipulate and selectively edit Mr. Trump's speech.
They manipulated video, time-shifting clips, and made it...
Which is why our defense is going to consist of, like, extra manipulated videos. Videos that literally fucking say the exact opposite thing that that the person is saying. Like the Madonna one, for example. Like... Which is wonderful. The wonderful part about this was like, they're straight up were like, what we're going to end up doing here is make fucking videos that are somehow worse. Like they LSF clip chimped the shit out of this. You guys know all that. We already looked at that earlier this week where they even used Madonna. They were like, oh, Madonna wants to fucking bomb the White House or something. When like straight up immediately after that clip, Madonna's like, but that wouldn't change anything. Violence wouldn't solve anything. So I would never do that or some shit like that. And they just like clip out the part where it just says like, I want to bomb the White House. Which, by the way, even if she literally was a terrorist and said that, would have absolutely nothing to do with the trial at hand, okay? This is an impeachment trial for Donald Trump. You can't just be like, well, other people say stuff all the time. Like, that doesn't mean anything, okay? Madonna's not the fucking president. We're not impeaching Madonna. So shut the fuck up.
It appeared the president's words were playing to a crowd.
In total, they used less than 3 hours to argue that Trump should be acquitted.
Hold on.
So we have a complete lack of evidence for the article of impeachment presented by the House managers. So why are we here? Politics. Their goal is to eliminate a political opponent. Members of the Senate, this concludes the formal defense of the 45th President of the United States to the impeachment article filed by the House of Representatives.
And the Senate quickly moves to questioning each side on their arguments.
Mr. President, I send a question to the desk directed at both sides.
I send a question to the desk.
I send a question to the desk.
I send a question to the desk.
Senator Sanders has a question.
Are the prosecutors right when they claim that Trump was telling a big lie, or in your judgment, did Trump actually win the election?
The people had spoken, and it was time for the peaceful transfer of power.
In my judgment, it's irrelevant to the question before this body.
Senator Bill Cassidy raises a question on when President Trump knew of the danger to Vice President Pence.
I know he ended up voting, but I will never get over the fact that Bill Cassidy literally looks like Frankenstein's Monster, like the animated Frankenstein's Monster. I can never find it, the exact one, but he just straight up looks like an animated Frankenstein's Monster. It's like a kid's cartoon, though. One day I'll find it. Every time it gets brought up, I think about it, and I can never find the exact one. I think it's like, wait, hold on. I think I might actually find it. This is completely unrelated, but it's just something that I need to... I don't know what it is. Like, look.
He raises a question on when...
Like, Hotel Transylvania? Yeah, I think so. Wait, is that it? Hold on. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. No. It's like more green than that and like more human looking. No. Frankenberries, maybe? Is that the one? It's like one thing. Hold on. Well, this is really important. No, it's not Frankenberries. No. The Lurch cartoon is the Teen Scooby-Doo and the Monster High School one, I bet. No, he just looks like a white Frankenberry. No. I mean, he looks like different variations of Frankenstein's monster, but like...
Question before this body.
Senator Bill Cassidy raises a question.
I'm going to find it. Like, I'm going to actually find it for you. It's not from a video. No. It's not a video. It's like... It's not old. It's not like an old movie. It's not live action. It's definitely a cartoon. No, it's not that either. It's more like... Alvin and the Chipmunks meets Frankenstein? No, I don't think it's that either, but... This is really important work. I'm sorry. Like, you have to... No, it's not that either. Fuck, it's like... Is it from a video game or something? I don't know what it is. It's like... I mean, look at this, dude. It's definitely not that. Hold on. No, that's not it either. Guys, it's like a kid's cartoon. You're sending me Frankensteins of all different.
This car is.
Rick and Morty version? No, I don't think so. No, you're literally sending me the wrong... You're sending me the wrong Frankensteins, okay? Yeah, it's this one, dude. It's not a political cartoon. It might be Creeper from Scooby-Doo, maybe? No, it's not. Stop sending me the same ones over and over again! You're thinking of Solomon Grundy? Okay, I'm gonna start banning people. Okay, fuck you guys. All right, we're never gonna find it. We're just one day I'll find it. You're just fucking with me now. None of these look like it. Phineas and Ferb? No, I don't think that's it. I'm so consistently disappointed in this audience. Like other streamers fucking ask for shit like when they're doing debates or whatever, and their audience is always trying to be helpful. My audience is the exact fucking opposite. No, it's not that one. But this is the closest one to it, but it's not that. It might be from a fucking video game or something, but like, I don't know. It's not. It's not. It's not this, dude. He doesn't look like that at all. Why do you think he looks like that? You're moving further and further away from the actual fucking... I don't even know what this is. Monster Mash and shit. Someone else made that same take, apparently. Definitely the zombie from Plants and Zombies. Wait, is that it? Please be this one. What? No, it's not. Oh, what the fuck? That's not it at all. That is not it. That's not even remotely it. It might be from a video game. I can't remember where it is. There's like one that he looks exactly like, okay? I don't know why I can never find it. I can't move on. Every time it's like come up. No, it's not Solomon Grundy. What? Twitch hates them. The top 10 banned streamers of the Score Esports. They included you in the thumbnail. Yeah, I am one of the top 10 banned streamers. No, it's not from The Simpsons. He does kind of look like this dude as well, but it's not this. It's recent. It's a new one. It's not like a old one. It's a new Frankenstein, and I think it's either animated or CGI. It can be a fucking video game Frankenstein. I can't remember if it's from a video game or from a child's cartoon. The VeggieTales Franken-Celery? Yeah, no, that's not it. It's not Hotel Transylvania's Frankenstein. It also could be from a cereal. I can't remember. Oh! Oh! Why would you do that? It's Tombstone? No, it's not Tombstone. And it's not the Rick and Morty one either. We will find this. Maybe Young Frankenstein? Is that a thing? Like... Why can I... Is it from my dreams? Like, did I fucking imagine like a Young Frankenstein that's like animated? One day I will find him. before I move on. This is it. Open it up. Okay, here. All right, I'm starting to issue bans on purpose. If you're tossing like wrong ones on purpose, I'm gonna start issuing bans. I can't remember if it's fucking 2D or 3D. It's driving me nuts. It's not the Rick and Morty one, even though that is close. But it's making me go fucking crazy, dude. It's out there and it's making me go fucking insane. Hold on, I'm just gonna close all the tabs to the right here. No, it's not baby Frankenstein. It's like a teenage Frankenstein. And I can't remember if it's 2D or 3D now. I have it so... Bro, how many times are you gonna fucking post this? It's not that one. I can't remember if it's fucking 2D or 3D. We have 26,000 people in here and we can't fucking find this. It's so pathetic. We're done. We're absolutely done. We're done with this as a community. We're done in general. We have failed. Super Monsters Netflix animated kids show. Is that it? Do I see it on like Netflix when I No, that's not it. It's fucking definitely not it. No, that's like a baby Frankenstein. It's not Alvin and the Chipmunks. Okay, I gotta stop looking at it. No. Bro, I swear to God, if we find it, you will know. You will know. Because it looks exactly like him. This one's pretty close too, but it's not it. It's Hugh Neutron? What? Bait? This is Bait, isn't it? No, it's not Hugh Neutron. Most recent animated? No, it's not it. No, it's not Frankenweenie. No. It's not this one. It's not. Hold on. Okay, we're going to find it. We're going to find it before I get back. We have to. Stop. Okay, I'll move on. I think it's not Hotel Transylvania. I thought it was. Oh, it's that one, you think? Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's it, I think. Yeah, here's a 1 week ban. Fuck you. Okay. That's a 1 week ban too. Next one's a perma. You have looked at it? Search toy or doll. You have looked at it on stream before? I found it before? Dude. Not joking, I found it fits all Frankenstein images. Oh, dude, hell yeah, dude. 1 week. Can you at least tell us what color it is? I think it's green. Like, I remember it being like darkish green. Yeah, no, you're going to get banned for 2 weeks if you're fucking with me on purpose right now. I'm not even, yeah, fuck with me. Joke with me. Yeah, fuck around and absolutely find out. If you're making an honest attempt, then I won't ban you. If I'm banning you from the Frankenstein shit, mods know that they weren't making an honest attempt. If they try to get unbanned, know that they are from the Frankenstein shit, like, know that they absolutely were not making an honest attempt. It's not old. It's not old. It is not old. It is not old. It is not old. It's new. It's like relatively new. It's not a false memory, dude. And no, it's not Lurch from the Addams Family one. No. This is the stupidest Stunlock I've ever been in. Frankenstein DLC teaser? What? Wait, who the fuck sent that? Which one fucking sent that? Wait, where the fuck did it go? Who sent that to me? Expired hot sauce? Yeah, fucking actually expired. $14-month sub. Fuck with me, dude. There you go. Fuck with me, bitch. There you go. Have fun. Have fucking fun, dude. Have fun with that, okay? Eat that fucking permanent ban. All right. I just permanently banned a fucking 14-month sub. You think I'm not going to fucking permanently ban you? All right, we're done. Let's move on. We're not going to find it. It's so sad, but we're just not going to find it. Let's keep going.
Question on when President Trump knew of the danger to Vice President Pence.
Does this show that President Trump was tolerant of the intimidation?
See you on Okay Buddy, bitch, where you fucking make a compilation of crying videos about how you didn't actually mean it. You just wanted to make me laugh. And that, you know, it was so funny.
Of Vice President Pence.
I dispute the facts that are laid out in that question.
Abruptly, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calls for an end to
fucking thin blue line.
The session and asks to award a Congressional Gold Medal to Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman.
Officer Goodman is in the chamber tonight. Officer Goodman, thank you.
We're done. We're done.
And the trial ends, picking up early Saturday morning with the expectation that it will conclude quickly.
Chat, when you said we're pathetic, help?
Closing
No.
arguments.
No, chat, when I say you're pathetic, is like, oh yeah, you think this is pathetic? Wait till I unlock my full potential. Okay? That's what happens. Every time I fucking yell at chat, they're like, haha, you've seen nothing yet, sir. You have no idea how fucking horrible we can be. Frankenstein is now a trending term with... Oh, great. No, it's not. Oh, interest over time.
Expected today in the Senate trial of Donald Trump. Welcome to this Washington Post special report. I'm Libby Casey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, Senators.
but lead impeachment manager Jamie Raskin...
Yeah, I should change my fucking shirt, dude. You are not being my little pog champ right now. It's not from Monster Family. I gotta stop. I gotta stop clicking fucking Frankenstein links.
Starts by asking to
We're
call
just not gonna
one
find
witness, it. Republican Representative Jamie Herrera Butler.
People asking for an unban, and like people in a coordinated effort, especially amongst the core audience of offliners who will now engage in a coordinated effort to unban, will also get banned as well subsequently. Don't even fuck with me. Don't start it. You're doing it. You're already doing it.
We would like
You're
the
derailing the
opportunity
stream.
to
Stop
subpoena
derailing the
Congresswoman
stream.
Herrera regarding her communications with House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, and to subpoena her contemporaneous notes that she made regarding what President Trump told Kevin McCarthy in the middle of the insurrection. We would be prepared to proceed by Zoom deposition of an hour or less.
Not by Zoom. None of these depositions should be done.
This is the best part. Here comes the best part where you realize that, like, oh, they're very good at, okay, guys, stop. I need to stop clicking on these fucking stupid links. I'm losing my mind. This is the part during the impeachment where you recognize that, like, they're fucking they're just trying to derail the process.
Done by Zoom. We didn't do this hearing by Zoom.
It's not this one.
These depositions should be done in person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done.
So the question we have before us is whether...
I'm going to say Philadelphia.
There shall be an order to consider and debate under the rules of impeachment any motion to subpoena witnesses or documents. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Blumenthal, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Blunt, Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Murphy, Sanders, Romney, Rosen.
The motion is agreed to by a vote of 55 to 45.
The vote throws the day into chaos as senators figure out how to proceed.
PK, what can you tell us about what kind of a surprise this may have been to members of this Senate jury?
This was a totally organic moment. The Democrats went into the floor today expecting to not even vote on witnesses, to have a motion that would go straight to closing arguments.
If you do nothing following this, then what was that vote that we just watched this morning?
And nobody knows what the next steps are in this process.
Eventually, a deal to move on quickly is struck. Herrera Butler's statement is submitted for the record.
The managers are prepared to enter into the agreement. I will now read the statement. This is the statement of Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler, February 12, 2021. That's when, according to McCarthy, the president said, "Well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are."
So that's like pretty fucked up. It's kind of like a mob boss. Like that conversation taking place with one of the most powerful fucking Republicans is quite a ridiculous conversation to take place. Where he basically is saying like, oh, well, I guess they're just more mad than you are about the election outcome. Too bad.
Without objection, the statement will be admitted into evidence.
Then they move on
It's
to
not
closing
it,
arguments.
dude. Okay,
Though
why
it
are
is
you guys
difficult
like
to
trying
bear
to fucking
witness
speed run into
and face
getting
the
banned?
reality of what happened in these halls?
Yeah, dude. It's voodoo Vince, dude. You got it. It's this, okay? Are you happy? Are you happy you derailed it? You got your fucking you got heard, okay? You got heard. Everybody saw it. You're really funny. You're the funniest person on stream, dude. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations for being so fucking funny that you made the same exact fucking joke every single fucking person has done 1,100 times before you, to the degree that I'm like actually fucking banning people. Okay? Good job. You won, dude. You won.
What happens if we don't confront these facts? What happens if there is no accountability?
And I believe that this body can rise to the occasion once again today by convicting President Trump, defending our republic.
To believe, based on the evidence you have seen, that Mr. Trump actually wanted and indeed willfully incited an armed insurrection to overthrow the U.S. government.
You did this to yourself? No, I didn't. And I'm trying to fucking actively not do it to myself, okay? By yelling at chat and by fucking using the only regulatory tools I have at my disposal, like banning people. That's the only way to fucking scale it back a little bit and dial it back a little bit to make sure that chat is having a more productive fucking conversation, okay? So, like, stop doing this thing where you're like, dude, it's your fault that we are the way we are, so we're just gonna fucking keep acting like babies. Is so dumb when I'm in the process of trying to literally reel it fucking in. Jesus Christ, dude. Sorry, I'm going to be a fucking asshole. I'm going to be a fucking baby no matter what you do, and you can't do anything to fix it. And while you're trying to fucking fix it with the limited tools that you have in your hand, I'm going to keep being a fucking baby and say that it's your fucking fault while being a baby. Good argument, dude.
Government would be absurd. With your vote, you can defend the Constitution, you can protect due process, and you can allow America's healing to begin. I urge the Senate to acquit and vindicate the Constitution of this great republic. Thank you.
The Senate is now ready to vote on the article of impeachment.
Senators, how say you?
No,
Is
that's
the
not it.
respondent Donald John Trump guilty or not guilty? A roll call vote is required, and the clerk will call the roll.
I think they were just saying you asked for us to find Frankenstein shit, so that's why we're spamming Frankenstein shit. No, I know, and I'm not fucking banning people that are sending me Frankenstein shit. I said I'm banning people that are sending very clearly idiotic fucking things that are unrelated and not making an honest effort. Stop pulling me back into this fucking conversation. I literally said it over and over again. Like, I'm not going to ban you if you're genuinely making an honest effort to try to find it. And I didn't ban any of those people. I only banned people that were sending stupid shit or poop socks or things like that.
Brown. Mr. Brown, guilty. Mr. Burr, guilty.
In just under a week, the second impeachment trial of the former president reaches its expected conclusion.
Donald John Trump, former President of the United States, is not guilty as charged in the article of impeachment.
Trump is acquitted. However, 7 Republicans joined Democrats in supporting conviction, bringing the final vote to 57 in favor to 43 against. While falling short of the 2/3 majority needed, it is the most bipartisan vote on conviction of a president in U.S. history.
There's no question that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. But in this case, the question is moot because former President Trump is constitutionally not eligible for conviction.
Oh, these cowardly senators who couldn't face up to what the president did and what was at stake for our country are now going to have a chance to give a little slap on the wrist. We censure people for using stationery for the wrong purpose. We don't censure people for inciting insurrection that kills people in the country.
She said Mitch McConnell was a pathetic. What did she say? She actually went off. What's so bad about McConnell's BS excuse is that literally no one will see a statement that he's 100% guilty. They'll just see the acquittal. Yeah. She called Mitch McConnell pathetic.
Capital.
A pathetic coward, which doesn't mean anything, but it's like, I guess, aggressive for someone like Nancy Pelosi. So, this didn't actually show the parts of the impeachment that I wanted to show, which was, it showed the Philadelphia part. That's pretty funny. So what basically ended up happening is, in order not to extend this process to an unmanageable and ridiculous point that the lawyers were literally arguing for by saying, oh, we're going to bring hundreds of witnesses then, and we're not going to do the witnesses by Zoom. We're actually going to do the witnesses in person in Philadelphia in my office. Ironic, because that same fucking injury lawyer, that personal injury lawyer, that ambulance chaser motherfucker is literally the guy who had originally sued Donald Trump for his statements about the election being fraudulent. So what the gamble that the Democrats made in that circumstance was, all right, we can't do this. We can't have hundreds of witnesses and like prolong this trial to a degree that is unmanageable and have Republicans used as a weapon against us to not do anything, because it's like built-in obstruction basically. So we're just going to make a bullshit compromise. We're going to have like some of the statements written on the record. But the problem is, the problem is like you didn't make an argument. You didn't make an argument for why you should impeach Donald Trump beyond like all the stuff that we knew already. And you certainly didn't stress the importance of why we should impeach Donald Trump to the American people, so that the American people then could say, yeah, it's kind of worthwhile to impeach Donald Trump. It's pretty crazy. So what is another problem here is that so many Republicans are just terrified of Donald Trump and Donald Trump's fans. And they're not just like regular voters, they are fans. So it became a time waste for no reason. But the most dangerous part about this is if you truly care about the precedent and the Constitution, the constitutionality of the actions that Donald Trump had taken, the moment that you start an impeachment process, as Nancy Pelosi had in the House, you have to follow through on it to completion. You can't just half-ass it, because now it is actually precedent. Now, Donald Trump's actions and his acquittal is actually precedent. So Republicans basically created precedent for future Republicans and even Democrats, if they want to use it, where the president can do whatever the fuck he wants in the last month of his presidency in a lame duck session, because there simply isn't going to be enough time to impeach them. Or they can do whatever the fuck they want as long as they resign afterwards. Like, that is an insane precedent to state. And the only person on the Republican side that I heard make this argument was Burr from North Carolina. And that's why he was like, yeah, I have to vote to impeach him. So now, all we have is yet another precedent that Republicans can use in the future to say, well, you know, Donald Trump didn't get fucking impeached. So this next, President Cannibal Hitler, who did the beer hall push, should not be impeached because he resigned right after. If there is one in the future, I'm saying. So, it's terrible. Oh, I'm sure not one Democrat thinking the same thing. I'm sure some Democrats are aware of that. It wasn't an argument made all that much, though. It wasn't an argument that I heard a lot. So the worst part about it is, as Delayed Autistic Guppy is pointing out, and that's what I was going to show. Does anyone have Mitch McConnell's take? His final statements? Because I want to go to that really quickly. The ridiculous fucking thing that he said was that where is it? No, not the 20-minute speech. There's a small part of it here. This is
yeas are 57.
Here.
And instructions of their president. But in this case, the question is moot because former President Trump is constitutionally not eligible for conviction. I believe the best...
This is wait, hold on. Let's start with the actual take. Sorry, here.
That President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day.
President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day with his rhetoric. Okay, so that's one.
No
He's
question
admitting
about
it. No question about it.
The people who stormed this building believed they were acting on the wishes and instructions of their president. But in this case, the question is moot because former President Trump is constitutionally not eligible for conviction. I believe the best constitutional reading shows that Article 2, Section 4 exhausts the set of persons who can legitimately be impeached, tried, or convicted. It's the president, it's the vice president, and civil officers.
When this distinguished group of...
So Mitch McConnell basically said, I'm voting to acquit because it's unconstitutional to impeach someone after their term has run out. But Mitch McConnell is the literal reason why they had to do this in the Senate after Donald Trump was no longer president, because he's the one who did not want to whip enough votes to get unanimous consent to continue on with the fucking impeachment processes. Or I don't even think you needed to fucking get unanimous consent. He's the one who pushed forward the Senate part of the conviction until after Donald Trump's term was over. So he is the fucking reason why this unconstitutional argument could even be used. And it's bullshit. It's not even unconstitutional. Well, now they can use it as though it's unconstitutional because now there is a precedent for it. In the past, prior to this, the precedent wasn't that it was fucking unconstitutional, that it was perfectly constitutional to impeach a president or just any member of Congress after they were done with their service. Okay? Great. Good stuff. Not members of Congress? No, fucking everyone. Everyone. Also, he was outvoted on constitutionality, so he just admitted that he voted on conviction under false pretenses. Why do you say that? Has that happened before? Yes, it has happened before. What makes it unconstitutional? Because people voted against it? No. It's not whether it's constitutional or unconstitutional. It is precedent. Okay? So, basically, all of this is a back and forth game where Republicans are acting out their ideological desires for their long-standing ideological points for their party versus Democrats doing the exact same thing. They look to things that are happening in the past, okay? Precedent as like this has happened before. The interpretation of the Constitution is applicable here and also has happened in the past where a person has been impeached after they resigned. It's officers of the executive and judicial that can be. There is precedent against Congress, but that was established in a late impeachment that only held late impeachment could take place, not that Congress members could take place. Is that really how precedent works? I wouldn't think a lost vote would make a precedent to acquit in the future. No, now you have a more legitimate, a more solidified argument to establish precedent for the future. If a president does a similar thing that Donald Trump did, you can literally point back to exactly what happened in the fucking Senate this time around to say there's precedent for it. We acquitted, we functionally acquitted Donald Trump after we functionally acquitted Donald Trump on the grounds that he was no longer the president. So it doesn't matter. Precedent overall doesn't fucking matter anyway. It's just used as a talking point to justify your point of view. It's only political precedent. It's not legally binding. It doesn't matter that it's not legally binding, brother. We're talking about impeachment trials. And impeachment trials are completely political regardless. Do you not understand? So now in the future, you have, I guess you can call it whatever you want. You can call it the lame duck exception or the January exception or the Trump exception if you want to, where you can do whatever the fuck you want. And as long as your party backs you, and as long as your party's on your side and they delay the process, you can either resign or literally fucking continue until you're done with your term And it's God mode, basically. Yes, the judiciary has no pardon over this. I have no power over this, of this at all. I know. I'm talking about fucking Congress. Impeachment means nothing is not true. It is not true at all. Another weird thing about McConnell's speech is that he dangled the potential for Trump to be criminally liable outside the scope of impeachment. Yes. The reason it's based on precedent is also due to the fact that presidents can be impeached for crimes that aren't crimes for ordinary citizens, high crimes. Exactly. So each impeachment is a huge deal in terms of precedent, as it sets a clear legal argument why said high crime isn't impeachable. Yes. Anyway, yeah, skip that comment. Yeah, it's called the President of the United States. It's called the President of the United States Gomer. Yeah, skip that comment. Yeah, your comment was moronic, but here, now that I didn't skip that comment, here's a 7-day fucking ban for you, okay? You fucking idiot. Are you happy? What's up, Austin? Yeah, you did a really good fucking job, dude. Chat must have missed your attention so much that they all went and made stocks to troll you once you got back or something. Chat's acting up today. Yeah, I think because I haven't been like covering politics all that much or all that closely for the past week, I think that like people literally have they had separation anxiety. Anyway, the damn start impeachment process, do you think they knew it would fail? If so, why did they push it though? Do they have the No, Democrats starting the impeachment process is understandable, dude. What are you going to do? Not fucking impeach? That would be even worse overall for them. Like, you can't fucking say Donald Trump is inciting violence and riots in this country that end up with like people dying and then not follow on a fucking impeachment process. So you're stuck in that. You're stuck in a bind there. Like, you have to fucking do that. You literally have to impeach 100%. It's ridiculous. Can you imagine? All the fucking same chatters would be ripping Nancy Pelosi a new asshole for understandable reasons if they didn't do anything. They were like, oh yeah, well, I guess we must look forward, not backwards. Like, are you crazy? Anyway, there are still ways to limit Donald Trump's potential run in the future. There is a way to I forget what the exact like legal argument is, but there's a criminal charge that you can apply to Donald Trump for inciting an incitement of insurrection to stop a constitutionally protected normal process of the Senate, which is exactly what Donald Trump did when they personally tried to stop what was happening. Specifically, personally tried to stop Mike Pence from voting to certify the Electoral College votes on January 6th. So, 14th Amendment Article 2. So that... Wait, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. It's not. It's this section 3, I think. Yeah, prohibits any person who had gone to war against the Union or given aid and comfort to the nation's enemies from running for federal state office unless Congress by 2/3 specifically permitted it. No, that's not. I don't think it's a. I don't know if it's the disqualification clause. I mean, look, there's a couple different ways that they can at least still try to stop Donald Trump from running again. But the most horrible thing is that precedent only matters when it favors Republicans. For example, Amy Covid Barrett, they ignored the President McConnell made during Obama's term. Yes. Of course they did. Precedent doesn't fucking really actually matter. Do you really need a law to prevent someone who led an insurrection to become president? Yes, you do. And by the way, that's not the end all be all anyway. That's not the problem. The problems are much larger than that. There are structural issues that are the reason why someone like Donald Trump could even get this level of power and run the country in the way that he did, that aren't getting solved. This is just another legal hurdle that you can put in front of the process to ensure that it doesn't happen again. But it doesn't mean anything because ultimately the larger problems are not being addressed. Okay? Mods, ban Pepe D, please. And also every single person that strikes because they're upset. Just, you know, you can nuke it for now. You don't have to ban it, but you can nuke it. Thank you. Fucking morons, dude. Jesus Christ.
House managers were gathered on January 15th to deliver the article.
I warned you literally before the fucking stream started. You're going to do this, you're going to piss me off, and I'm going to fucking ban it.
Of impeachment we're told it could not be received because Mitch McConnell had shut down the Senate and was going to keep it shut down until the inauguration. So for him to get up there and make this indictment against the president and then say, but I can't vote for it because it's after the fact that he established that it could not be delivered before the inauguration. What we saw in that Senate today was a cowardly group of Republicans who apparently have no options because they were afraid to defend their job, respect the institution in which they served. Imagine that it would be vandalized in so many bad ways that I won't even go into here, and that they would not respect their institute. That the president of the Senate, Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, was the chant, and they just dismissed that. Why? Because maybe they can't get another job. We censure people for using stationery for the wrong purpose. We don't censure people for inciting insurrection that kills people in the Capitol.
You're here.
Yeah.
It's nuts. That was actually a good take by Nancy Pelosi. Like, surprisingly so. It is insane. Hold on. Wish they were as passionate about that when it comes to the stimulus bill, LMAO. I mean, I think they're doing a decent job with pushing for the stimulus bill currently as it stands, so I don't know what else. At least Trump can now run again with a split Republican vote for a guaranteed Dem win. Dude, you're so fucking stupid if you think that the Republican vote is split. Okay? Donald Trump runs again, he wins again. I don't even know if he will run again. Like, that's the bargain. That's the gamble that the Democrats are engaging in right now. Schumer fucked it all up. The House impeachment managers wanted to put people on the stand and didn't care how long it took. Pelosi saw the danger this president set. And I wish the Senate Dems did too, but they cared more about their fucking recess this week. Senate can walk and chew gum at the same time and could have worked around the GOP blockage. I don't know. I think that they wouldn't have been able to work around the GOP blockage. And then we would be yelling at the fucking Senate Democrats for continuing on with this bullshit impeachment when we know that the Republicans are not going to fucking bend regardless. And now the stimmy is being held up. But the fact that they went on recess is so psychotic to me. Like, if you are cutting this short, if you're cutting this process short and not going forward with witnesses, right? Because you didn't want to call the bluff of the Republicans in that situation. Thank you, Don't Be a Tease, for the 20 tier 1 gift subs. If you didn't want to call Republicans bluff and you actually didn't want to sit there for, days on end, listening to witness after witness after witness after witness, and the Republicans were going to very clearly use that as a reason to prolong this process, and then simultaneously use the prolonged impeachment process to say, look, the Democrats are fucking failures and they're losers. They can't even get you the, we finally have a bill, a COVID bill that we want to give to the people, and they're preventing you from getting it because they're so horny for impeaching Donald Trump, a person who's no longer president. That is a bargain. That is absolutely something that Democrats were thinking about in that situation. I'm sorry, but you have no idea how this works. The Senate would have had to vote for every witness they wanted to introduce, and each side would have been limited to the same amount of witnesses. The idea that it was because they did 310 witnesses is so dumb. No, of course they weren't going to have 310 witnesses, but they were still going to have a week-long, if not month-long process. There are ways that you can fucking delay the process as best as you can. And if that happened, that would delay the other side of the argument, which is the stimulus checks. Now, you can turn around and say the stimulus checks are not going to be coming anytime soon anyway, regardless. But ultimately, as the Iron Bun also points out, no amount of witnesses would have gotten 10 more Republican senators to support the impeachment. That was just not going to happen. The underappreciated maybe opportunity cost of not forcing witnesses is that Dems gave up an opportunity to throw a bomb in both chambers GOP caucuses. After the vote on evidence, Mitt Romney almost got in a fight with Ron Johnson on the floor, according to reporters. Think of how nuts it would have got if Herrera Butler had gone up and testified. Yeah, I think that if the goal was to, and Kevin McCarthy too, if your goal is to drop a bomb within the Republican Party, then getting actual fucking Republicans to speak out against Donald Trump and then have them still acquit Donald Trump of all the wrongdoings that led to the insurrection on January 6th is maximizing the potential damage that you're causing within the Republican Party. And they didn't want to do that. You wouldn't get a person to testify, though. You only get recorded series of messages. Am I right or wrong? Under oath doesn't mean shit, by the way, chat. Don't be ridiculous. And by the way, no one was trying to... Yes, I don't think that they were trying to convince the Senate GOP to vote. This was more about this was completely about what it was going to look like. This was more about what it was going to look like for the Senate Democrats. Ultimately, they should have had witnesses. They should have continued with the trial, had witnesses, and tried to limit it as best as possible. Because this argument isn't about winning over Republicans, but it's about winning over the American people. Okay? It's about winning over as many people, as many of the American people as possible to get them to see the reality of what had happened. Dems with the double standards, they can incite violence and unrest, but when Trump says go protest, they decide to put the fault on him, weirdos. I don't understand what you're saying. If you're saying that the Democrats are responsible for Black Lives Matter protests, then you're literally saying that the January 6th insurrection is directly Donald Trump's fault. Like, what is this double standard argument that you're making? That bullshit. They did it so we can do it too, kindergarten. Okay, but that comes with a fucking admission. You understand that, right? If one side is on trial and their argument is, well, the other side did it too, but the other side is not on trial, it doesn't fucking matter. You're basically admitting the thing that you're on trial for. And your defense shouldn't be, well, the other side did it too. Your defense should be that we didn't do anything. Not that, like, not for you to literally admit what you did and then say the other side did it too. That's not a fucking argument. Like, you can't use that as a defense. But as we saw, it didn't matter. You could have literal ambulance chasers defend you in the impeachment trial and still get and still win, because Republicans are fucking demons anyway. They don't have any like moral conviction or anything like that. The problem with that argument is that both sides then should be held accountable. Dog! The court case is about an entirely separate thing, though. Or the impeachment is about an entirely separate thing. You can fucking talk about Madonna and Johnny Depp all you fucking want, okay? But Madonna and Johnny Depp aren't on trial right now. There is no like, oh, well, I don't care, both sides. Like, there is no, you can't do that. There is no both sides, Your Honor, in this circumstance or in any circumstance. It doesn't hold up in any fucking court of law, you dumb fuck. What? Like, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? Yeah, I know I fucking murdered people, but so did other people. Why are they not getting convicted for it? Oh, okay. Never mind then. All right, I guess we have to let you go. We never... Fuck, man. We really hadn't considered this part of the argument. Fuck. Shit, dude. I'm so confused as to what to do, dude. Literally never convict anyone for crimes ever again, because there are people who have gotten away with it. You're right. I can't even fucking do that in Grand Theft Auto role-playing court. And here you are advocating for the National Republican Party to legitimately put that forward as an argument. Hasan learning for the first time that the arguments from brainless GOP cultists are not based in sound logic. Yeah, this is the first time I found that out. Thanks. And it somehow worked. It didn't work. It doesn't. It didn't have nothing. They could have said nothing and they still would have gotten away with it. Actually, if they said nothing, it probably would have been better than the fucking horrible demonstration that they put forward. And the only reason why they got away with it is because Republicans are partisan hacks, so are Democrats for the most part. Also, when you say that like Black Lives Matter protests were not caused by a legitimate grievance that they had experienced, and instead because Nancy Pelosi wore a fucking kente cloth and kneeled after George Floyd was executed on the streets, you are probably the most psychopathic person I've ever encountered in my entire life. Like, you really think that fucking, you know, black people in fucking Minnesota were angry because, you know, Nancy Pelosi agitated them to the degree where they were like, yeah, we got to do something because Nancy Pelosi, our girl Nancy, she fucking wore the kente cloth and kneeled at the Capitol. So that's why we have to do this now. Like, that's the same thing as Donald Trump literally routinely saying, like, January 6th, it's going to be a big deal. We're going to stop Mike Pence. It's going to be a big deal. You got to go on January 6th. Wait for January 6th. That's the same, dude, in your mind?
President Trump gets acquitted by...
Okay, I can't watch this. Just give me the fucking... Oh, he just talked about it, I guess.
the Senate, despite 7 Republicans voting in favor of conviction. The Biden administration is openly screwing with the science on COVID just to please my extremely wise listeners, have made the switch January 6th. And you got to love the loaded language there from ABC News. Former President Donald Trump's second impeachment trial came to a climactic end on Saturday afternoon, with Trump being acquitted for his alleged role in inciting the deadly event. A majority of senators voted to convict, but failed to reach the supermajority threshold needed for conviction. Trump said in a statement, "This has been yet another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No president has ever gone through anything like it. It continues because our opponents cannot forget the almost 75 million people, the highest number ever for a sitting president, who voted for us just a few short months ago." He's not totally wrong about this particular fact. The reality is that since he was elected in 2016, there were many, many people who simply could not accept the fact that Trump was president. And then there were a lot of people who were so upset that 75 million Americans voted for him in November that they attempted to essentially lump in all of those people with the Capitol rioters. I've been saying this since the day it happened. It was pretty obvious that the left-wing and media agenda here was to lump everybody in together with the people who committed actual criminal and evil acts on January 6th. President Trump said, "Our historic, patriotic, beautiful movement to make America great again has only just..."
I totally forgot, by the way. I was triggered in a fucking Stunlock, but it's top of the hour every hour. Time for a 6-second ad break. You already know what the deal is. If you want an ad-free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Here it is. Here's the ad now.
Just begun. In the months ahead, I have much to share with you. I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve American greatness for all of our people. There has never been anything like it. Drama ensued on the Senate floor on Saturday morning when senators voted to hear from witnesses.
Can you please explain the Johnny Depp reference? I'm so confused. I was under the impression that he's the victim. What? Dog, they used the fucking image of Johnny Depp in the impeachment as a counter argument, saying that like Democratic leaders, including Johnny Depp and Madonna, had said violent things as well. Should they also be, I guess, impeached? That was the argument. It was so fucking stupid. It has nothing to do with like Johnny Depp being a victim to Amber Heard's domestic abuse or anything like that. Okay.
So here's the reality here. The reality is that Democrats made it kind of easy on Republicans. I should be frank about this. Democrats blew this one. The reason that they blew this one...
I can't even get mad at you for that, though, because that's how fucking stupid the Republican counter-argument was. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, Johnny Depp? No, they actually used footage of Johnny Depp and Madonna, along with, like, Maxine Waters and shit, to say, like, well, Democrats use violent rhetoric all the time. So, yeah, that's what was going on. It completely unrelated. That's how unfucking related... that was to the matter at hand.
Is because they recognized a simple reality. The longer this trial dragged out, the more Americans were going to ask a very easy question. Why are we doing this? Like, really, this is what always happens with impeachments. At the very beginning, there's a fair bit of support for them. And then as they drag on, the polls start to turn against the party that's doing the impeachment. That is particularly true when the person they are attempting to impeach and convict has been out of office for months. Because Democrats did not want to call witnesses. They wanted to get this thing done fast. So Democrats made 2 mistakes here. Like, very early, they made 2 mistakes. One was they had a snap impeachment in the House. Now, the argument for the snap impeachment in the House was that this happened on January 6th. We'll impeach him by January 10th. We'll get him out of there by January 15th. And then we won't have to worry about the last 5 days, him leading some sort of insurrection. But here's the thing. Democrats didn't believe that. Because if Democrats had actually believed that, then they would have moved fast in the Senate, which they did not. Remember?
Wait, but that wasn't... Oh, I wonder who was at fault there. Was it the Democrats in the Senate that halted the process until after Donald Trump was out of office, or was it fucking Mitch McConnell?
Remember, Nancy Pelosi passed the impeachment in the House with essentially a straight party line vote, 10 Republicans voting in favor. And then instead of transmitting the articles of impeachment to the Senate right away, she waited for like a very long week.
Yes, I'm being actually serious about the Johnny Depp thing. Please stop asking me questions about fucking Johnny Depp, dude. Yes. Republicans are so fucking stupid that they actually put a clip of Johnny Depp in their compilation of Democratic leaders inciting violence, okay, by using violent rhetoric in the fucking Senate impeachment trial. That was the defense. It included Johnny Depp. I am not fucking lying to you. Just look it up yourself, okay? Along with Madonna.
Weekend in order to get it to the Senate. And by that point, it was basically 5 days from the time that Trump was to leave office anyway. So that wasn't enough time for the Senate to actually do its work. So if the idea is we need to get rid of this guy like ASAP right now because he's so dangerous, then she would have transmitted it right away, which was the explanation for, of course, why they had a snap impeachment in the first place. If, however, The idea here is that you have to punish a president who's no longer in office because we can't let a future president think he can get away with this sort of stuff. Well, then you wouldn't have had the snap impeachment, would you? You would have had a full-scale investigation. The House would have done its work. It would have taken months. They would have deposed probably hundreds of witnesses. They would have had to talk to everybody immediately around Trump about his activities that day and immediately before and after. They didn't do any of that. So what that meant is that you ended up with the Democrats basically catching as catch can, which suggests that, again, their strategy here was not really to get a conviction. Their strategy here was almost entirely about painting one side of the political aisle as complicit in January 6th. That's
I'm going to start banning everyone who keeps saying you're lying about Johnny Depp. Videos of Madonna and Johnny Depp shown by Trump's defense and impeachment trial. It follows a congresswoman citing lyrics around the jewels and Jizza arguing that Trump did incite a riot in D.C. Okay? This was the video that they included. Jizza, I don't know how to fucking say it. I don't know why you're like literally just fucking, yeah, just flex your Google muscle, chat. Okay, it's very easy. You just look it up. At first I was being charitable because I thought, like, you know, that's such a fucking crazy thing that, you know, I'm sure that people don't believe me because it's so crazy. But I said it over and over again, and you know, there's still people who are like, no, you're wrong. That actually didn't happen. Why are you lying? Well, you know, fuck yourself.
That's really what this was about. Because, again, if it was about snap impeachment, they would have moved faster in the first place. And then, once they got past Trump leaving office, the rationale for the snap impeachment was gone because he was out. Right now would be the time for the full-scale investigation. So what could have happened? Well, the Senate could have called witnesses. And this is what it came down to over the weekend. There was this really, really bizarre situation in which Democrats reversed themselves on witnesses. So what happened is that...
He's right about this. So Democrats originally wanted witnesses, including Donald Trump. And then they conceded to having just one testimony on the record. And then that was it.
There was a Republican congressperson who basically was going to testify that she had talked to Kevin McCarthy, and Kevin McCarthy had talked to Trump, and Kevin McCarthy had told Trump to call off the dogs, and Trump didn't call off the dogs or any of this. And so this came out late on Friday night, early Saturday morning, and the Democrats in the House then voted, you know what, maybe we should call witnesses. And then the Senate Democrats voted, maybe we should call witnesses. And then within an hour, they reversed themselves on Saturday morning and said, you know what, forget it, we're not going to call witnesses, let's just take a vote. According to the Washington Post, the debate among the House impeachment managers raged through the night as the hours and then minutes ticked down early Saturday before what was widely expected to be the final day of former President Donald Trump's Senate trial. After weeks of bending to political pressure to ensure a speeding proceeding, some on the House team wanted to make one final furious push to demand a more intensive investigation, to call witnesses to talk about Trump's behavior before, during, and after the mob attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Right, which again, that is a position that makes sense. If you believe that this was such a grave evil and injustice on the part of Trump, right now, not on the part of the rioters, on the part of Trump, that you required a full-scale 9/11 style commission, well, then you should have done that. And so some of the House impeachment managers were like, okay, well, you know what? I know we're supposed to vote on this thing, but why don't we go ahead and do that? And Senate Democrats initially were like, well, okay. And then they reversed themselves. According to the Washington Post, should they seek to call a Republican lawmaker who is willing to talk about her knowledge of Trump's dismissive comments to the House GOP leader who pled with him during a riot to call off his supporters? Should they call the leader himself, Kevin McCarthy? What about aides to former Vice President Mike Pence, whose dramatic evacuation was caught on security video played for the first time publicly last week? Any of these moves risked extending the proceedings for weeks, but nonetheless, these potential surprise developments consumed the manager.
Ben does make a good point here, as much as I hate to admit it. The Dems didn't put on their proper due diligence, and it makes it seem like they were doing it for political and emotional reasons. Dems are the worst with optics. Yeah. And I think the reason why they did that is because they calculated the risk of continuing this trial, making it less likely for impeachment regardless, even if you do your due diligence. And they weighed that and how much that would be used to obstruct against a obstruct against any sort of action the Senate might potentially take, okay, in regards to the ongoing $1.9 trillion COVID recovery bill. There's no point in due diligence when you're against a bad faith party. No, that's not true. You can still try to make it seem like you care about due diligence. They just wanted something on the record, but I would have liked to see a deeper dive as well. What's the salary for the dude that sticks his hand up, bends ass, and operates him? I don't know. They will obstruct no matter what, though. Exactly. I know that. That's why I don't have a that's why I don't have like a. That's why I said I see both sides of this argument. Okay. I do see both sides of this argument. You can fucking five-head both sides of me all you want, but like I do see it. Because what are they supposed to do? Not fucking impeach, knowing that knowing what they know about what Donald Trump has done, and also if they do impeach, what the fuck are they supposed to do? Are they, if they continue for months on end, then that is a political calculation where there's an opportunity cost there for the $1.9 trillion stimmy package, the COVID recovery bill from getting pushed in a timely manner. But also at the
late into Friday night and in the wee hours on Saturday, according to multiple Democrats with the who are familiar with the deliberations. In the end, the managers backed off, allowing the Senate vote to take place as expected, but not before a chaotic back and forth caught senators off guard, sent Trump's legal team into a fury, and exposed long simmering tensions among Democrats over how aggressively to hold the former president accountable. The debate over witness testimony continued to loom large after the vote, as key questions about Trump's actions and motives remained unanswered. See, this was the big problem. There were two big problems with the Democrats' impeachment push. One was the actual impeachment charge, which centered around incitement. Incitement is very difficult to prove. Suggesting that Trump, quote unquote, incited the riot when he said to peacefully and patriotically march down to the Capitol to show displeasure, that is not a particularly convincing argument. Because again, incitement is a pretty high bar. And suggesting that it was incitement to insurrection is a double high bar. Because, again, you have to show, number one, that it was incitement, and number two, that Trump actually wanted an insurrection. Not just people to go and do something criminal. He wanted an insurrection to overthrow the United States government, which, again, there's very little evidence of. So that was problem number one.
Yeah, no, when Donald Trump said that the election is stolen from him over and over again, knowing full well that it wasn't actually fucking stolen, and said, January 6th, a specific day that they had decided was going to be a time when they were doing like regular Senate process to certify the Electoral College votes. Like that was just regular protest. Like that's what he wanted to do. Like that's fucking so stupid, dude. It's such a stupid fucking counter. It's not that difficult when all of the evidence is right in front of our eyes. Like it's bullshit.
With all of this, the second problem over all of this is that many of the accusations that were being
Ben Shabibo would never be this charitable for anyone else on the fucking planet, okay? Where 5 people have died, okay? Or 5 people have died in the process, and Donald Trump, in that circumstance, is like watching it on television, watching exactly what we all saw, and saying, you guys are all very special people. You're very special people. Like, what does that mean, I think? I wonder what that means. I wonder if he recognizes that those are his fucking fans and followers or not when he says, you guys are very special people.
Being made about Trump's behavior were being made second or third hand. It was unnamed staffer inside the White House talking to New York Times.
Yeah, but it isn't enough. People die, but he did not tell to kill them. Wow. I had no idea that if you were to, I don't know, go to the fucking dark web and hire an assassin, and you said, you should take care of this person, instead of, you should literally murder this person, you could use that in a court of law to say, well, Your Honor, I never said literally kill that person. I just said take care of him. Oh, wow, dude. I didn't recognize. Wow, dude, that's such a good fucking, we have so many brilliant impeachment defenders here, dude. We have so many brilliant people. I'm sorry, Your Honor. When I was conspiring to rob a bank, I was just talking about reappropriation. I wasn't actually saying, let's go and literally rob this bank with our guns and make sure that we put the money in the bags. Unless you say that exactly like that, It's open and shut case. You can never actually go to jail.
And the Democrats didn't bother to call witnesses. They just cited the New York Times report. That ain't going to be good enough to support an impeachment effort. And we're going to get to more of this in just 1 second. First, let's talk about the fact is now proposing widespread gun bans. He's talking about an assault, a so-called assault weapon.
Okay. Them have no neutral standard. This shit sucks. I don't care. It was always political.
But again, this was...
Wait, what? Is Ben Shabibo here to tell me that an impeachment is a completely political process? That's crazy. That's absolutely wild that impeachment was always a political process. That's crazy. Political leaders are not moral leaders.
This is what we do with our politicians. We elect these schmucks. I guess it's our fault. That's not
the ridiculous COVID agenda. Okay, we're done. We're done. I don't know how fucking people watch this dipshit. Okay, great. Senate acquitted. Trump attorney rips off Mike after questioning from CBS and anchor. Graham says Senate impeachment trial opened Pandora's box. Not Pandora's box in the sense that, like, now presidents have immunity in their lame duck sessions, or immunity as long as they fucking, I don't know, resign in time. But immunity, I assume, not immunity, but I assume he means Pandora's box in the sense that, like, now everyone's going to try to impeach everyone for every little thing.
But it was still well short of the 67 votes needed to find him guilty. In a moment, we'll speak with Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who was in the center of the action. But first, let's bring in David Spunt on Capitol Hill on the trial's surprising final day. David.
Hi, Chris. As expected, Democrats voted unanimously to convict, but they needed 17 Republicans to join.
We have no power to convict and disqualify a former office holder who is now a private citizen.
While Senate might...
That's the precedent, by the way. That is the dangerous precedent. That is actually what is insane about this, is that, like, there are no political repercussions for someone as long as they fucking resign. And that's an insane thing to say. Oh, all right, never mind then, dude.
Minority Leader Mitch McConnell voted to acquit the former president. 7 Republicans voted to convict. North Carolina Senator Richard Burr, who is retiring next year, surprised colleagues with his vote to convict on the lone article, incitement of insurrection. Donald Trump's fate almost hung in the balance another few weeks after a floor fight erupted over live witnesses.
We would seek the opportunity to take their depositions via Zoom, also for less than an hour.
None of these depositions should be done by Zoom. These depositions should be done in person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done.
But in the end, both sides agreed, no witnesses. Next, closing arguments.
He abused his office by siding with the insurrectionists at almost every point. Rather than
now that we've abused the kindergarten style no you defense, we should just start, we should start getting Republicans to utilize other childish fucking defenses too, like the 5-second rule, for example. Just say, oh well, he did a take back 5 seconds in, or the no take backs rule. That's another one that we can use. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry, there's no take backs. Tag, you're it. He who smelt it dealt it. Exactly. I know you are, but what am I? That's a really good one, too.
Than with the Congress of the United States.
The former president's attorneys defended their client without wavering.
This has been perhaps the most unfair and flagrantly unconstitutional proceeding in the history of the United States Senate.
Chris, former President Donald Trump out with a statement from Florida last night. I want to read part of it to you. He says, "I have always and always will be a champion for the unwavering rule of law, the heroes of law enforcement."
Except for when they're getting murdered by my, super fans. in an insurrection that I caused, that I still supported while it was happening, and only said they're bad after I was banned from Twitter in an effort to get my fucking Twitter account back. They are stands, dude.
And the right of Americans to peacefully and honorably debate the issues of the day without malice and without hate. Meanwhile, the current president, President Biden, out with a statement condemning violence, saying the United States needs to move forward, underlining the word united in United States. Chris?
David Spunt reporting from Capitol Hill. David, thank you. And joining us now, Republican...
You have TDS, dude, law. There's nothing more deranged than thinking I have, like, Trump derangement syndrome after Donald Trump is no longer in office. Like, it's one of the most boomer, pathetic fucking counters. Like, you're talking about the president? You're talking about the past president? That must mean you're obsessed with him. Yeah, fucking great defense, dude. Fucking great defense. You gigantic fucking loser. You insane, pathetic fucking loser. Your existence on this planet is so fucking meaningless. Holy shit. He was the fucking president, and we're talking about an impeachment trial of a president that got double impeached in his own fucking 4-year tenure.
Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Senator, let me ask you, have you spoken to President Trump since the acquittal yesterday? And if so, what was his reaction?
Yeah, I spoke to him last night. He was grateful to his lawyers. He appreciated the help that all of us provided. He's ready to move on and rebuild the Republican Party. He's excited about 2022. And I'm going to go down to talk with him next week, play a little golf in Florida. And I said, Mr. President, this MAGA movement needs to continue. We need to unite the party. Trump plus is the way back in 2022.
Fucking called it because the Republican Party is Donald Trump's party, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And anyone who tries to fucking tell you otherwise is either delusional or a liar.
He's mad at some folks, but I understand that. My goal is to win in 2022, to stop the most radical agenda I've seen coming out of the Democratic presidency of Joe Biden. We can't do that without Donald Trump, so he's ready to hit the trail, and I'm ready to work with him.
Well, let me ask you about one person that he might be mad at, and tell me if he is or he isn't. Mitch McConnell, who made a curious speech yesterday in which he basically said the president is guilty, but that the Senate doesn't have the power to convict, to act against a former president. What did he think of McConnell's speech? What did you think of McConnell's speech?
Well, number one, I was a bit surprised, but I heard this in 1998. I've been in 3 of the 4 impeachments. I'm sorry about that. But the bottom line, in 1998, you had a lot of Democrats acquit Clinton, but got on the floor and said how bad he was. So, Nancy Pelosi called us all cowards. I don't think most Republicans care what she thinks. And I think Senator McConnell's speech, he got a load off his chest, obviously. But unfortunately, he put a load on the back of Republicans. That speech you will see in 2022 campaigns. I would imagine if you're a Republican running in Arizona or Georgia.
Like, the only thing that this does is maybe drive a wedge, like a baby wedge within the Republican Party. And it's not really that big of a fucking wedge ultimately, because they're all crooks that are going to support whoever the fuck is the most radical person who's able to solidify the base of support. And that person is Donald Trump. Okay? Donald Trump operates on the same principle that these like alt-right rabbit holes and pipelines work on YouTube, okay? The more crazy you are, the more attention you can get to your rhetoric. And the more attention you can get to your rhetoric means the larger your fucking audience is going to be. That's it. Those are voters.
Georgia or New Hampshire, where we have a chance to take back the Senate, they may be playing Senator McConnell's speech and asking you about it as a candidate, and I imagine if you're an incumbent Republican, there are going to be people asking you, will you support Senator McConnell in the future? So I like him, Senator McConnell. He worked well with President Trump. I think his speech is an outlier regarding how Republicans feel about all this. I thought the impeachment trial was not only unconstitutional, I condemn what happened on January the 6th, but the process they used to impeach.
When you say the impeachment trial was unconstitutional, but I condemn what happened on January 6th, you're basically saying that you shouldn't impeach someone for inciting an insurrection. Like, that's all you're fucking saying. That's it. And that's precisely what Mitch McConnell did. He literally was like, yeah, what Donald Trump did was pretty fucking bad. But also, I'm going to delay this trial in the Senate. And then after I delay the trial, I'm going to turn around and say, sorry, this is unconstitutional. When you could have impeached, like, the window for impeaching Donald Trump is now gone. That was not something that there was precedent for. As a matter of fact, the opposite precedent existed. And now, you know, now here we are.
This president was an affront to rule of law. He's the first president to ever be impeached without a lawyer, without a witness, without ability to confront those against him. And the trial record was a complete joke, hearsay upon hearsay. And we've opened Pandora's box to future presidents. And if you use this model, I don't know how Kamala Harris doesn't get impeached if the Republicans take over the House, because she actually bailed out rioters, and one of the rioters went back to the streets and broke somebody's head open.
Okay, I love that. Again, it's like the fucking gray name morons in my chat. You're inciting riots as a Democrat, so you should be impeached, but Donald Trump should not have been impeached for inciting riots as a Republican. It's the fucking no you argument that still literally fucking admits that, like, you as a person with a bully from the bully pulpit have a lot of influence and a lot of power over your followers. It's fucking awesome. It's so awesome. But when we do it, it's not bad. But when they do it, which, by the way, I haven't proven that they've done it yet, but, you know, I think that they have done it, and, you know, we should follow through on that. It's great. Fuck it, dude. I mean, it's great. It's awesome. Fuck this. Like, it's great. Maybe the Democrats can say, oh, well, you know, we didn't impeach Donald Trump, so you can't impeach Kamala Harris. And then Republicans will be like, that doesn't matter. That's an irrelevant trial. That's irrelevant to the matter at hand.
So we've opened Pandora's box here, and I'm sad for the country.
Does Donald Trump bear any responsibility for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
No. In terms of the law, no. He bears responsibility.
Yeah, again, I was right. The Pandora's box isn't that, like, now presidents have fucking full power to do whatever the fuck they want as long as they resign. But the real Pandora's box is that, like, everyone's going to get impeached for minor offenses now. Great.
Of pushing narratives about the election that I think are not sound and not true. But
I can't wait for there to be an actual legitimate impeachment trial against, like, Kamala Harris or some shit, and then Lindsey Graham literally just eats those exact same words that he just had, just like he ate the words when he was like, yeah, I'm not going to appoint a Supreme Court justice no matter what happens if it's during the election cycle. Remember how he said that? And everyone was like, maybe he won't do it. And I was like, no, of course he's going to fucking do it because he's a liar. This is what Republicans do all the time. Democrats do it too. But, like, Republicans, this is what they do. Stop taking them fucking seriously. Stop taking their words as though they are serious. Okay? He's going to, if there was a circumstance where, like, they actually set up impeachment proceedings for Kamala Harris, Lindsey Graham would 100% be like, no, this is very different this time around. We have to impeach Kamala Harris. We have to. It's very different than the Donald Trump circumstance. It is so much worse. This is actually bad long term. Seems like Republicans are playing the short game and fracturing their support. Yeah, no, it's bullshit. Is it bad long term? Everything that happens is bad long term.
This was politically protected speech. The speech on January the 6th was not an incitement to violence. Every politician has used the word fight hard. So I don't think...
I'm sorry. You guys don't understand. Like, you guys don't understand. Having that speech specifically on that day and building up specifically to that day, none of that is none of that is an incitement for an insurrection. Okay, these people just totally personally decided to do this on their own. They just happened to get together randomly on that day specifically. Donald Trump had nothing to do with it. And walk down Pennsylvania Avenue, like all of that stuff, completely just random. These guys all randomly got together. Haha, they're just weirdly. What a weird coincidence that happened. It's so weird, so strange.
He caused the riot. His behavior after the election was over the top. There was a pre-planned element to this attack, Mr. Wallace, that we need to look at. Did Nancy Pelosi know on January the 5th that there was a threat to the Capitol? What did President Trump do after the attack? We need a 9/11 commission to find out what happened, to make sure it never happens again. And I want to make sure that the Capitol footprint can be better defended next time. So I want to look at what Pelosi knew when she knew it, what President Trump did after that.
We should actually impeach Nancy Pelosi for playing a role in these riots by not defending the Capitol with a machine gun in hand. I think the real person responsible for this insurrection was Nancy Pelosi. Why was she not dual wielding machine guns shooting down the hogs that were coming in, which were Antifa, by the way? It's because they were Antifa and she knew, and she's also Antifa. We need to impeach Nancy Pelosi.
The attack. And
what does she know? What does she know about the insurrection? Is this like they were asking for it? Is this that they were asking for it with how they were dressed defense or something? Like that. What did Nancy Pelosi know? What did she know? She's the real person. She's the real person who needs to be on trial, not Donald Trump.
Senate side was Senate leadership informed of a threat. So there was a pre-planned element to this attack, totally unconnected with the speech. And I thought the managers failed miserably in making the case.
Let's pick up on something that you specifically talked about. Let's look at the timeline.
Oh, here is impeachment manager Lindsey Graham in 1999. Okay, are you ready for this? Which is why I say, like, these guys are fucking liars, okay? And you should never take them seriously.
Let it be said that any president who cheats our institutions shall be impeached. Because impeachment is not about punishment. Impeachment is about cleansing the office. Impeachment is about restoring honor and integrity to the office. When you start using your office and you're acting in a way that hurts people, you've committed a high crime. Let it be.
That's crazy, dude. This is wild, dude. It's so wild. Remember when Lindsey Graham legitimately cried because Joe Biden was such a good friend?
If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, then it's probably you got a problem. You need to do.
God, I hate him so. I can't even watch this, dude. He just sucks so bad. How did he age so bad? Well, being a fucking actual, literal James Bond style villain in the form of being a Republican senator does. I mean, a congressperson does that to you. Okay. Ted Cruz even more gross. We're still pointing out hypocrisy in 2020 law.
Of what happened that day, especially after the riot began.
I gotta pee.
At 2:24, the president tweets, Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution. 2 minutes later, at 2:26, the president speaks to Senator Tommy Tuberville, who tells him Vice President Pence has been evacuated from the Senate. Around that time, the House Republican leader, Kevin McCarthy, calls the president, pleading with him to do whatever he can to call off the rioters when the president says he thinks that it was actually Antifa that was involved. McCarthy told Republican Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler that he had to persuade the president it was his own folks who did it. Take a look at this exchange.
These are your people. You know, they have MAGA hats on. And the president's response to him was, well, Kevin, I guess they're just more concerned about this election than you are.
What does that tell you, Senator, about how the president viewed the riot while it was happening?
Doesn't tell me a whole lot because it's all hearsay. Why don't we have a 9/11 investigation? I think it's at 2:28 he told people to be peaceful. He tweeted out several times at 4 o'clock he did a video basically to be peaceful and leave. Could the president done more? Yeah. Did he incite this riot by his speech? Absolutely not. If Donald Trump's speech is going to be seen as incitement by a politician to call violence about every Democrat and Republican up here is in trouble. But I'd like to know that. I'd like to know, did the Capitol Hill Police inform the House Sergeant at Arms and the Senate Sergeant at Arms the day before the attack that they needed more troops? So I want to look at all of it.
Senator, I want to just pick up on that because and the question of the president's personal responsibility, whether it was legal or not, whether his personal responsibility. Here's what you said on January 7th, the day after the riot.
It breaks my heart that my friend, a president of a consequence, would allow yesterday to happen. And it will be a major part of his presidency. When it comes to accountability, the president needs to understand that his actions were the problem, not the solution.
His actions were the problem, allowed the riot to happen. It sure sounds like you're saying that he violated his oath of office.
No, I think what he did is he encouraged supporters throughout the country to fight like hell, to take...
How do you get fucking rolled by Chris Wallace, dude? So, how do you come back from that? Let's see. Let's take a look. Well, it's not. No. He wasn't violating his oath of office, dude.
Back an election that he thought was stolen. A lot of politicians have said that. On January the 7th, he wasn't impeached. The guy was impeached within 48 hours. He didn't have a lawyer. No.
Wait, that's not even an answer. Like, that's literally not even a fucking answer. That is not. That's not answering the question that he addressed, which was, do you think that he violated his oath of office? Because it sounds like you believe that he violated his oath of office by saying...
Evidence gathered. The speech of January the 6th is politically protected speech, in my view, did not cause the riot. It doesn't represent the 74 million people who supported him. This will be part of his historical record of the Trump presidency. But Democrats, because they hate his guts, wanted to impeach him before they ever met him, have now started a process that you can impeach somebody in the House within 48 hours without a lawyer, without a witness, without the ability to cross-examine those against you, and have a trial record based upon articles from the media. This thing is turning into a nightmare for the presidency. I rejected the article of impeachment. I didn't think President Trump was guilty, and you have now opened up.
Guys, you don't understand. I'm telling you, this all happened completely randomly. Like, a bunch of friends just got together and decided to, decided to take over Congress and stop a congressional process that was taking place. It was completely unrelated to Donald Trump telling them to do that over and over again, including in the event that him and his followers put together specifically on that day. Who's to say that this bank wasn't going to be robbed, Your Honor? Who's to say that this bank wasn't going to be robbed on this day or on any other day, as a matter of fact? Just because I planned the bank robbery does not mean I said literally go out and do the bank robbery. Your Honor, I am completely innocent. Okay? Oh, yes, while during the bank robbery, I also sent out tweets in support saying hey, boys, You're doing a great job. I love you. You know, hugs and kisses for all of you. But that was completely unrelated to the bank robbery that may or may not have taken place. This insurrection, if you could call it that, was completely spontaneous. Okay? Completely spontaneous. It's just, you know, crazy things happen every day.
Pandora's box. That's just Senator McConnell. He is a friend, but he's going to be center stage now in the 2022 effort to take back the Senate. I've been asked by a lot of people, Chris, calm President Trump down. Talk to him, get him to calm down. Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. But to my Republican colleagues, this is a two-way street.
Okay, I'm done. I can't watch the fucking this idiot any longer. Okay, this is so... SNL mocks Republicans hours after second Trump acquittal.
Welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. I'm your host and human White Claw, Tucker Carlson.
The Saturday Night Live Cold Open on February 13th imagined an episode of Tucker Carlson Tonight, just hours after the Senate acquitted Trump for a second time. The Fox News host, played by...
Wait, did we find somehow a better way to make the SNL stuff worse than it actually is by like describing it in a monotone format?
Cast member Alex Moffat first interviewed Senator Lindsey Graham, played by Kate McKinnon. Graham praised...
Holy shit, that's convincing. What the fuck? Him and White Claw.
Trump.
I just don't understand why everyone still insists on taking Donald Trump down. He is smart. He is nice. He's in shape. Everybody's saying he attempted a coup. He didn't attempt a coup. He is coup.
Soon, A.D. Bryant joined Graham as fellow Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
Like any impartial juror, we took it upon ourselves to meet with the defense lawyers to give them some very simple legal advice. Stop and don't.
While on the topic of Trump's defense team, Carlson looked back at scenes from the trial. Trump attorney Bruce Castor was played by SNL's Mikey Day.
As you all know, I'm the lead prosecutor. Nope, sorry, I'm the counsel. I know the difference. But as Trump's bailiff, nope, not right either. Bridesmaid, nope, sorry, I need a second.
Castor left many people scratching their heads after his rambling at the trial's open.
I was struck.
This is somehow worse than watching the segment. Actually, I lied. Nothing is worse than watching the segment itself.
Davidson played Trump lawyer Michael Vanderveen.
Now the House wants to bring up witnesses over Zoom? Zoom?
Okay. The reality is way funnier, and they did it again. And they did it where the fucking jokes are worse than the reality because the reality is too crazy. Oh, we got to talk about Governor Cuomo. Hey! Speaking of fucking anti-Italiaphobia over here. Speaking of fucking Italiaphobia, Governor fucking Cuomo's on fire for the nursing home scandal. Hey, just because he fucking told all those old people, you know, hey, you just gobbled your last fucking ghoul over here. You're gonna fucking act like my man is fucking guilty, huh? Maron, I'm sick and tired of this dude. I wrote a fucking book over here. Hey, I'm mismanaging the COVID case over here while I'm writing a fucking book. Where's my fucking daytime Emmy? Forget about it. Forget about it.
Growing fallout for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and his administration over withholding COVID death toll numbers in nursing homes. His top aide, Melissa DeRosa, telling Democratic lawmakers this week on a private call, "We froze," concerned that the information was going to be used against us after receiving a request from the Department of Justice last year. Those comments, first reported by the New York Post, sparked immediate backlash among lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Democratic State Senator Andrew Gennardez tweeting, "This is a betrayal of the public trust." Republican Congressman Tom Reed says he's filing a criminal complaint against Cuomo's aide.
She needs to be arrested.
Responding to the criticism, DeRosa released a statement clarifying her remarks. "We needed to temporarily set aside the legislature's request to deal with the federal request first. We informed the houses of this at the time. We were comprehensive and transparent in our responses to the DOJ and then had to immediately focus our resources on the second wave and vaccine rollout. We could not fulfill their request as quickly as anyone would have liked." The growing scrutiny comes just weeks after New York Attorney General Letitia James released a report claiming the state had undercounted nursing home deaths by as much as 50%. State health officials acknowledged the death toll was more than 15,000, much higher than originally reported. On Friday, 14 Democratic states.
Hey, Your Honor. In my defense, I thought I could make them fucking disappear. All right? What? You know, I thought they could be sleeping with the fucking fishes over here, you know?
Senators called to repeal Cuomo's emergency powers in the pandemic, joining the Republican-led effort. Governor Cuomo defended his administration's actions in late January.
A third of all deaths in this nation are from nursing homes. New York State, we're only about 28% only. But we're below the national average in number of deaths in nursing homes.
Hey, it turns out that was because we were fucking lying about the numbers, dude. Hey, what are you going to do about it?
But who cares? 33, 28, died in a hospital, died in a nursing home. They died.
Often praised for his leadership early on in the pandemic, the governor is now coming under fire and tackling a new crisis. And Governor Cuomo was at the White House yesterday to...
The funniest part about this, which is otherwise like a really dark story, but at this point it's like gallows humor because, you know, dealing with American politics is about dealing with death, is the fact that Republicans are like very upset about Cuomo. And to some degree it's understandable because liberals praised him as a fucking hero after everything. But Republicans have done exactly the same shit. So the same people that are like, oh, we need to literally murder Cuomo now, we need to throw him in fucking jail, are like completely avoiding the shit that DeSantis is still doing. Do you understand? Like, look at the state of fucking Florida.
Discuss COVID relief with other governors and mayors.
And by the way, for the record, I think fuck Andrew Cuomo, 100%. Do not misunderstand me. I think it was also despicable that like Chris Cuomo would have him on to talk about, you know, their Sunday night pasta dinners together. You know, oh, you know, I love my mother. I love you. And I love my mother. I love you. Like, really? That's fair and balanced reporting? That's what you're going to do? You're going to have fucking your brother come on so you can, you know, talk to him and fuck around? It's really fucked up.
And while in Washington, he did not address the ongoing controversy here in New York.
Chris almost never has Andrew on, only a couple times. Yeah, at the peak of fucking COVID, he had him on while all of this was going on behind the scenes. DeSantis is letting people kill themselves is different. He's double binding them too by purposely making unemployment as hard as possible to get unemployment insurance as hard as possible to get. Literally admitting that, by the way, so that like even if you're healthy but you were unemployed or you were fired from your job or you no longer could hold your position because of COVID, then you kill yourself, and that's still on him. You know, it's great. It's a real quick double whammy for DeSantis in Florida. Yeah, I would never defend Andrew Cuomo, by the way. And no, I haven't watched the John Oliver yet. Thank God we had a Democrat like Cuomo in office. Yeah. I got a notification today that my unemployment will be ending soon. I haven't been paid a single claim. I filed it. Dealing with Oklahoma is basically Florida, right? Yeah, if you're in a southern state, it's like GG's in a lot of ways. My man says Florida has better numbers than New York. Okay. One, Florida had its very own problem with an actual health official being arrested by fucking cops and harassed by cops specifically because she was a whistleblower that talked about the reality of the COVID numbers being completely fucking lies. Okay? The COVID numbers in Florida are just completely fucking fake. Cops after she blew that whistle, went to her fucking house and arrested her in front of her fucking children. There's a video of it. You can watch it. They also drew their guns in their children. Yeah. Did you hear the Gorilla Glue girl might be suing Gorilla Glue? Ignore that chatter. As a Floridian, we are getting wrecked right now. 1 out of 4 people that I have have it. Wait, what? Yeah, here it is. Rebecca Jones is the person, and the police raided her fucking home because she's a COVID-19 data scientist who blew the whistle.
Rebecca Jones?
Blew the whistle on wait, what?
Data scientist?
What's up with this fucking stuttering video? Blew the whistle on Florida COVID numbers being completely fucking fake. Anyway, is there more when parents become strangers? How QAnon is tearing families apart? I don't want to watch this, but I'll watch the fucking next pandemic from John Oliver. New John Oliver's out, boys. Let's do it.
Mother Nature has to offer.
I don't know why. Like, this shouldn't even come as a surprise. I guess the only counter is like something that kills this much, like something that kills depending on how quickly it kills, will only be limited in its spread, I guess, luckily, because it fucking kills the host. So there, depending on how long the incubation and how viral the incubation period is, you know what I mean? Like, if it kills you, at least hopefully it kills you quick enough that you can't fucking go to Applebee's and infect everyone else with it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because, like, in America, we're fucked. In America, if we have a disease that doesn't kill quickly, and in its pre-symptomatic phase, or is an asymptomatic spreader like COVID, okay, and it doesn't kill super quickly, but definitely kills a significant chunk of people, we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked, because this is a dress rehearsal. Americans refuse to acknowledge anything that that ends up hurting the capital-owning class. Like, they will pump out misinformation from every fucking outlet they possibly can and make arguments as to why it's still important for you to return to business as usual. Our government is completely unable and unwilling to help out. And, you know, all the fucking dumbass hogs are going to say it's fake regardless. And we will all die. Yes, I'm going to stream Grand Theft Auto RP after this.
For us.
Well, that doesn't sound... And while you would hope that the last year...
I would go so far as to say the only time that Americans would deal with a pandemic a little bit better is a pandemic, like an actual zombie apocalypse. Because at least there's something that you can see physically and shoot at. If you can't fucking shoot at it, you're not going to be able to deal with it. You're just not. As long as, like, there's something you can use your guns on, in which case America might be able to deal with it better than, like, other countries. Surprisingly. But every other fucking plague and pandemic beyond, like, a zombie one where you kill people, you're fucked. You're fucked because I don't see it. And if I can't see it, it means it's not real. It's like the monsters under my bed. They're not real. Tornadoes, I can see it. I can see tornadoes. I still, you know, don't care about it all too much. I mean, fuck it. What am I gonna do? Is it gonna make my house fly? Is it gonna make my trailer fly around? Who cares? Yeah, except for God, he's real. Hoggers. God is real. You better not be doing sacrilege.
Year would have been a wake-up. Diseases come from
Also, I forgot to mention something, ladies and gentlemen, in my conversation about how America would be devastated by a future pandemic unless it's a pandemic that you can see, feel, kiss, touch, suck off, and most importantly, shoot with your AR-15. It is top of the hour every hour where we do a 60-second ad break, brother. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or you can do it for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and you can get your father's, your mother's, or your wife's boyfriend's Amazon Prime account and connect it to your Twitch account. You get one free Twitch Prime subscription a month. You can use it on your favorite streamer, and that happened to be me. Then, you know, that's not all that bad. Here's the 6-second ad break now.
Why they're on the reasons. Not only are they crucial elements of...
What do you mean, brother? You lost me. I thought, as long as it's a problem I can shoot at, I'm understanding. Okay? You lost me when you said I can't kill all bats. I don't understand it.
Our ecosystem, they're also way cuter than they're often give breaks of bat viruses. Don't tend to
Goth Mouse is pretty good.
Come from them seeking us help.
Well, we've transformed the forests.
What's going on with all these British people talking about this shit, dude?
Our grassland.
Where Lyme disease was...
Carnage caused COVID, now you're losing your pressure sense of taste. It's such a fucking stupid take because you admit that, like, vegans have no taste. Like, vegans, in order to be a vegan, you're required to lose your fucking taste buds or something. Like, shut up. Stupid.
First identified.
Having something to do...
British people. He's adjusted to human life, bro.
What else he's got is...
That's true, but even if you insist on owning...
Gators Daily, here we go. Is this the actual Gators Daily account? Is that you? Are you the old British guy? Are you the old British fucking guy, bruv?
A wild animal, which you really shouldn't.
I know the Gators Daily account is the actual Gators Daily Twitter account, but I don't know if that person is the old British guy. Are you an old British guy? British people.
Crocodile.
Pet or eats it.
Wait, people eat capybaras? What the fuck? I don't want to hear from vegans right now. They're going to be like, you eat chickens. They're cute too. Like, no, chickens can get this, dude. Chickens can catch these fucking hands. They got so much attitude. Capybara, on the other hand, is cute as fuck.
At the very least, make you seriously rethink your island.
Someone said chickens can catch my mouth. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Your affairs have been linked to...
Can't take my state fairs out of the equation, my friend. Oh, these fucking bi-coastal elitists. And by the way, nothing is more bi-coastal nor elitist than the Brits. Telling me you got to take my state fair away? How else am I going to show my prized possession? My pig that I've grown, my hog that I've grown, that I care more about than my son, without the fucking state fair.
It's easy to think. Come on.
You're taking away my constitutionally protected right, brother. Are you fucking kidding me? What's next? Are you going to ban funnel cakes too? Fried Oreos? Come and take it, you fucking... Come and take it, you monarch bitch. I'll fucking fight you. I'll fight you with my AR-15.
On for some stuff. And America is actually...
Okay, dude, he's like really into fucking animals, I think. It's... At first I thought it was a meme, and now I legitimately believe that he just like wants to fuck animals. It's very weird. It's very, very weird, dude. Dial it back a little bit, okay? Hey, guy, dial it back like fucking 7 degrees.
Actually, ground zero.
Yeah, over my dead body, motherfucker.
Obviously, in response to SARS.
By the way, I low-key totally disagree with this. As much as I shit on vegans, I think the only way to actually enforce any sort of like climate change preventing measure in the form of scaling back meat production will literally revolve around not the free market itself, but absolutely through authoritarian measures.
Which is not to say that we shouldn't try
to get funding for our kind of research.
Escape from Wuhan with the 5 get the subs. Thank you, brother.
Now during the...
Here's time. We really need to remember the way we feel right now and invest accordingly. Because the truth is...
Yeah, okay, bro. What do you mean, the way we feel? Americans aren't even united on how they should feel about dealing with COVID, let alone preventative measures, dog. where it's not happening. I would go so far as to say the Western world in its entirety has dealt with this in a really horrible way. And that even includes fucking Canada and shit like that too, in comparison to other parts of the planet. Okay? Like, just because Canada and, like, I don't know, Germany and shit are doing better overall than the UK and the United States doesn't change the reality that they're still not doing all that great in comparison to other countries like, you know, South Korea, New Zealand, Australia, Vietnam, Singapore, China. So our I guess cultural differences in some ways has been so bad. It's just like it is the most significant handicap in addressing pandemics that require collective action. We are just like, nope, not happening. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I need more freedom. Get the fuck out of here. I need more freedom, baby. Canadian politicians or wannabe American politicians, no surprise, it's a disaster up here. No matter what you do, we will not respond to this with the collective action that we need to engage in. Canada is doing much better than you guys, to be honest. Yeah, that's like when America fucking compares its gun violence rates to El Salvador, okay? Oh, sick, dude. I'm glad. The moment you compare yourself to the United States of America on, like, dealing with a fucking deadly pandemic, that's the moment you've lost, okay? I'm sorry. You've literally fucking lost. Oh, well, shut up. We're doing better than Brazil. Oh, okay. Oh, he said not much better? Never mind. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were literally flexing to be like, Canada's doing much better than the United States. Come on, you got to pay a little attention to geography here. New Zealand get cut off a little easier than Central Europe. Okay, China. And every other fucking Asian country. And the UK. Why did the UK not cut off? Like, if you're making the argument that, like, the penal colony of the British was able to deal with it because of their island status, why the fuck did the main empire not do so well? As a matter of fact, is one of the worst countries for COVID. Apparently, the only redeeming quality of the UK currently is their vaccination delivery. Let's all make a group chat and move to New Zealand in cool little apartments and shit. We can give each other nicknames like Frodo, Peepo, Pog. Thumbs up. Pog, dude. Sounds great. Anglophobia. Have you tried playing Valheim yet? I just got it, and it's a sick ass game. I strongly recommend you at least checking it out. But they're prioritizing first doses rather than full protection here in the UK. UK is doing literally worse per capita than everyone else. Yes, the only part of the entire COVID recovery and relief that the UK is doing apparently decently at is a vaccine delivery. That's it. But beyond vaccine delivery, I think they've vaccinated 15 million people. But beyond that, everything else is fucking dog shit. First dose, though, people have to wait months for their second dose. It's because it only takes 8 hours to drive across all the UK. The vaccine rollout in the UK is going pretty well because of the NHS. All other aspects of the pandemic has been delegated to private firms and friends of Bose & Co., and they shat the bed. Someone in the chat said bad take seasons play a role, like the Asian countries aren't in the same season as America now. Yeah, Australia famously doesn't have seasons, which is precisely why it didn't deal with it in the same way. Yeah, most people don't know this, but like every country that did a lot better with their COVID recovery and epidemic, with their pandemic spread prevention, did better because they famously don't have seasons. Yeah. And also a fucking state that literally doesn't have seasons, by the way, like California, a state that only has one fucking season, summer, all year round, is notoriously worse off than nearly every other fucking place on the planet. Or Florida. Florida, one season, everything here sucks. Oh, shut up. I love Miami, dude. There's a big investigation in England right now for Dominic Cummings, a senior advisor who gave contracts to friends. Oh, bruv. It's because I had to fucking work with my friends, bruv. I needed to fucking defeat the coronavirus with my friends, bruv. Florida is 97% rain and 3% sunshine, though. Can't wait to go back to 11 in Miami when it's all better. Oh my god, heaven on earth. Greatest strip club, dude. Holy shit. I love that place. Yeah. There is currently an ongoing investigation in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, about hitting DNRs on people with disabilities too, by the way. Doing like straight up eugenics. There's a UK watchdogs saying that people with learning disabilities have been giving inappropriate DNR orders for COVID-19. Just a little bit of fucking eugenics, bruv. What do you mean? What? Appointees from the hawkish think tank would indicate the potential for renewed tensions with North Korea as well as war with China. Biden is adopting a militaristic approach to the Far East. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, Pog. Do not resuscitate is a do not attempt to resuscitate is when you get when you're in a situation where you're dying and you're on life support. They don't try to bring you back. You just die. They just let you die. Countries like the UK and Denmark have been vaccinating as many people as they can with the first shot, while most other EU countries like Belgium have been keeping thousands in stock in case of delivery delays. And same with the United States, by the way. So that they definitely have the second dose ready to go. Not sure what I like more. I don't know which one is going to pan out better. Are you considering watching the new Adam Curtis docuseries? I am already I have already recreated my virginity, so I don't know how far I can take that. I mean, when the fuck would I have time to watch that, dude? When would I have time to watch that? I'd have to imagine the people working there would find ways to skirt that DNR order. No. People use identity first language when talking about disabled people. What? Remember the whole Terry Schiavio thing? What? Center-left parties here in the UK get 53 to 55, but thanks to FPTP, we get decades of Tory rule. Yup, apparently that's the word. Big drop in hospitalizations in the UK due to the first dose. Oh, that's fucking awesome. All right. They don't do life-saving measures such as CPR. Yeah. Okay, everybody stop fucking making me, stop suggesting movies to watch.
You never know. I really don't want.
Rather than saying disabled person, you should say person with disability. That's what you got out of that entire conversation. That's what you got out of that entire conversation. We are talking about fucking people with disabilities getting hit with DNRs, and you're fucking hyper focusing on that conversation as sweaty. You shouldn't say disabled person. You should say people with disabilities.
You to be called that. Good night.
Oh, you literally asked? Oh, that's what the fuck that is? Lots of disabled people first language. Oh, that's what that was? That's what people first language is? I didn't even fucking know what that was. Damn, #1 on trending. Okay, nice. People with disabilities prefer to be called disabled. Yeah, it's like a person with autism versus an autistic person. What is this? Yesterday, someone tried to intimidate Nino, but didn't this happen?
Fucking tough guy. Give me a read. Listen, I just worked the most grueling shift in the kitchen. Okay.
Really?
There was about 30 people that came in.
Where were you working?
Rooster's Rest. You know the place.
Yeah, I'm the CFO there.
Oh shit.
I'm the one who cuts your fucking paychecks.
Hey, listen. I think we could forget about this. You know, I make a mean ramen, some tea, maybe we get a couple of smokes, we laugh it off.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know what I was doing.
I've been sober 3 months now. I've never seen you watch John Oliver, and I usually watch him too.
So,
I get the fixation can be annoying, but it's pretty dismissive to say I'm talking about something important right now. Why are you trying to focus on my tone? Yeah, it is dismissive. I am dismissing you. If you are tone policing in the middle of a fucking serious conversation, that means you care more about tone than the actual fucking contents of the conversation itself. And it is something that liberals do quite frequently. And it shows, in my opinion, it shows how little they give a fuck about the actual content and more so about the tone itself. And that's precisely what I'm doing. I am being dismissive. I'm dismissing you because I find it to be ridiculous. Returns to Mar-a-Lago this afternoon. What did they shoot this with, dude? How did they fucking shoot this? I've never seen a video so wide and so... What? How did they shoot this video? Someone needs to describe this to me. This is the widest phone camera I've ever experienced. Okay, what did Nino say about me? I don't know. I got a piece so fucking bad.
Donnie almost got into terrorism yesterday.
I'm sorry, come again.
Can we drive away from here?
What the fuck are you saying right now? How do you casually say that?
I don't know. It's been a busy...
Yeah, Donnie Silverhand almost happened. That's for real. Tony's British impersonation is too good. They need a wide angle lens for all that dumpy. They shot it with a fucking red dragon or something. He had more kind words for you. Okay, I gotta pee while this plays.
Hasan fan,
Hold on.
RP is new to him and he really enjoys it. The interactions with you and the nerds is the best content I've ever watched. Hasan check gets really doesn't play there perfectly, but a shout and pump. Dude, Hasan is doing a fantastic job with RP. I think he's a natural. And I think he's got most of it down pat. And trust me, it's even my chat expects me to RP a certain way. It's a very unique feeling when it comes to RP. Like chats want certain things to happen, and if they don't get it, and it's not really chats, it's always just a percentage of the viewer base. You know what I mean? You eventually kind of get used to it. ignoring the voices, I guess. But, you know. Stunlock with a 333. Hasan fan, RP is new to him, and he really enjoys it. The interactions with you and the nerds is the best content I've ever watched. Hasan chat gets really irritated. Doesn't play the RP perfectly, but a shout and pump. Dude, Hasan is doing a fantastic job with RP. I think he's a natural, and I think he's got most of it down pat. And trust me, it's even my chat expects me to RP a certain way. It's a very unique feeling when it comes to RP. Like, chats want certain things to happen, and if they don't get it, and it's not really chats, it's always just a percentage of the viewer base, you know what I mean? You eventually kind of get used to it.
How the fuck did he get such a nice car?
Ignoring the voices, I guess. But
missed the RP yesterday because I couldn't stop rewatching this clip. Let's see what's going on in LSF. What did Sear say about that whole thing? What Sear said about that whole thing was that I handled it perfectly well, and if I don't want to keep going along with that plot line and like literally become a terrorist and like blow up my fucking character, and if I want to have a more permanent character within that universe, then I shouldn't. Then I did the right thing. But if I want to continue on with the Johnny Silverhand plot line, then I have to act like that was a real thing, like that actually happened. Because normally it would be a real thing that actually happened. No, what? Quarantine hitting Hasan hard. What the fuck is this? Canute does a side-by-side leg comparison with XQC? Holy shit. Bro, XQC's 2 legs is not worth 1 Canute leg. That's nuts. But then again, also... I mean, this motherfucker, just to like operate this dude, he's wasting so much more energy. Quarantine hitting Hasan hard. It goes to show you like how long I've been single for, because like, you know, if anybody went through my phone, they would be like, oh, you're a fucking monster. Like, you are a monster. You are not someone I wish to spend any time with. You are a horrible person. Like, the amount of like weird shit you have that you've clearly found. Like, I can't even show it to you. I wanted to show it to you. It's like, but you know, it'll be stuff like this too, though. Like the fucking this is a great example. Like, you know, I see this shit, I fucking download it. Bernie Sanders with mittens, drawn like an anime character, hugging and caressing the Resident Evil vampire mommy. Like, I see that, I'm like, what am I not gonna fucking download that? Of course I'm gonna download that. That's hilarious. I was originally talking about Homer Simpson gaping his anus, by the way. Hasan just wants to be loved like Bernie, lightweight champagne socialist. My man's down bad, good taste though. In the post yesterday, the most popular sub with the pandemic hit countries and lockdown office jobs switched from working r/me sub jumped. Finally, some fucking justice. At least it's not Mario Götze. Coomer hat is on brand. Does anyone have a source of that picture? Thanks. The song clip on LSF, 84% upvoted Pog. Everyone loves Vamp Mommy. No brigading, by the way, Pepela. How? Like, I'm brigading when I'm not even fucking looking at LSF. Like, I'm looking at LSF, it's brigading. I'm not looking at LSF, it's still brigading. I guess it's always brigading. I could have a post that I don't even know exists on LSF, and it's still fucking brigading. How is it brigading? Never said that. What I'm saying is that every Hasan clip gets posted, even the ones on the front page, have a significant amount of downvotes from when it gets first posted. Yeah, most people who aren't Clout Sharks really dislike Clout Sharks. Yep, there it is. The weird Destiny talking point about Hasan. It's the same guy every time. How are you a Clout Shark if you're literally one of the biggest Twitch streamers, lol? Poor millionaire stupid enough to have gone out in public extracurricularly over the past year, but not smart enough to responsibly fuck somebody during the pandemic. Wait. I've been wondering this. Why do you exist? What is your purpose? Tinfoil hat, maybe, but the stock account made for Hasan to look at when he's reacting to LSF. He goes straight for the chud comments. People are posting there's any fanboy who's a centrist who openly beefs with Hasan. Who openly beefs with me? Wait, what do you mean openly beefs with Hasan? Beef has to be like two-sided, no? I didn't realize that I was beefing with random Reddit account. Pixie puts frozen bags back in the freezer. Oh man, he's doing it. He's doing it, dude. The 112. The 112. He's fucking doing it, bruv. What was he trying to beat? Dude, that's how you know motherfuckers is serious now. He's doing like the real, he's doing what real speedrunners do with like different time. Has he always had the different time stamps to make sure that he has like splits? Yeah, whatever it's called. Oh, he always had the splits? Oh, never mind. Doing splits in Minecraft? I don't remember him having splits on screen in all the older ones, but maybe. The previous WR holder doesn't use splits. Yeah, both Force and NXT have had splits for a while. High-level Minecraft runners don't use splits because the time varies too much. Yeah. He was 7 minutes quicker than personal best. That's his old record on the splits chart, but he's trying to beat Forsen's record as 27:51. He almost had it. Oh, wow. PewDiePie did a diss track on Coco Melon, dude. That's crazy. XQ Cow, Coach Sammy hyping up the cow.
See, early game, you don't do that. That's a big mistake. That's terrible. See what I did there?
Good job.
Oh,
Good
thanks.
job. You have him on the ropes. You got him on the fucking ropes.
One more to go.
He cut all that hair off. He lost all the brain juice. Good fucking job. Good fucking job. Good, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, one more. Yeah.
Yeah. Clavon hits cop with TV. What?
To the TV. Are you just gonna throw it like a frisbee? You know, it's just gonna be mounted on a wall. You know, nothing's gonna happen.
Watch it with our eyeballs.
No, I mean,
why the fuck is Clavon constantly walking around with home appliances that he clearly stole?
I mean, what if?
Is that the new thing that Lyric is doing? Oh, he was trying to sell the TV to the cops?
Nothing's gonna happen to this.
I love that.
Right, you know. I mean, nothing's gonna happen. It doesn't break.
How is that not racist? Why is that racist, dude?
Over time, or unless you like constantly hit the TV, or what are you gonna? Oh my God!
Oh
my God! It was an
shit.
accident! It was an accident! Jesus Christ!
You broke the TV.
No! This is my life.
You said clearly stole? Because there's no other mechanic within the video game that is not stolen. You can't walk around with TVs. You can only steal TVs. You dumb fuck. There is no mechanic in which you find a television, you go to the store and buy one, and then you walk around with it. The only way that you can have a TV in your hand is if you went into a home illegally, did breaking and entering, and stole the television. Okay?
This is my life. This is my life. Is it broken? Is it broken?
No.
I'm so sorry.
No, you can't fucking steal it from your own home. Your TV, you don't have a... That's Power Gaming 101, what you just explained. Yes, I know they can't meta the mechanics. I'm just asking as someone who is looking at a fucking video aware of the mechanics and metagaming, yes.
So sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm so
just
sorry. I
hit
told
a
you.
goddamn
broken.
Hold on.
It's fucking
It's not broken. Where? There's not a single scratch. Look at it.
broke
Look
it.
at it.
The
Come
whole
closer.
fucking
Look at
screen
Are you
is
okay?
Look at it.
I'm looking at it.
It's not broken.
Sir,
It's
Mr.
not broken.
Barksdale, it's
Jesus
fucking broken. You're
I'm so
with
sorry.
Our face.
I think they're talking about how he made his character black and is playing him that way. No, like, are there people who play black characters and like hardcore go into fucking racist tropes and shit? Probably. I haven't really met any of them so far within the game, but Lyric is not one of those fucking people. Lyric is literally just RPing himself with split personalities, I think, from what I understand.
See Copper's face.
To the TV. Are you just gonna throw it?
Cool explanation. No, like racist stereotypes of black people exist in popular culture. In a game that revolves around crime, there are certainly people that might actually play a black character and portray them as someone who is stereotyped as a violent black criminal. Okay? That is not what Lyric is doing. You know Mandy is Lyric's brother? I didn't know that. I mean, people say that all the time, but I didn't know that that was... I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I mean, I don't care. They're fucking both awesome. So it's okay when your friends do it, it's okay, but when Justin Trudeau does it, it's wrong? Playing a black character that doesn't revolve around the character actually being black is not the same thing as doing blackface, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'm sorry. Like, there are racist tropes, and then there are... Yeah, I know that was a joke. There are racist tropes, and then there is, like, people role-playing a character that happens to be black. And if you're not doing racist tropes, the way I see it, it's like a fucking cartoon. And my position on this is consistent in the cartoon side of things as well. Like, for example, the only positive thing about Big Mouth changing their one black character to be voiced by an actual black actress is that there's another black voice actress that got a job. But beyond that, it is, from my point of view, and you might disagree with my point of view, but beyond that, it's as long as it's not a fucking insanely offensive minstrel show or insanely offensive fucking racist tropes. From that point of view, it's fucking you're doing something that is completely normal. Are you speculating? No. Do RP already, motherfucker? These are the same type of people who think using Kek W when you're white is racist? Yeah, I don't know. That line of logic, we should cancel all the people that use LeBron James on NBA 2K because he's black and most gamers aren't black. I'm sorry, but you can't be real. This is literally digital blackface. I thought you were a progressive dude. LMAO, imagine thinking this is a real message. Oh, fuck you, dude. Oh, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. How about Hank Azaria playing the Apu? Would fall under the racist trope? Even the creator of that very famous documentary, among others, literally admitted that Hank Azaria's character would not necessarily be as fucking problematic if it wasn't for the reality that that is the singular only fucking instance that people have to point at, like, an Indian stereotype. Okay? If there was a more diverse if there were more diverse Indian actors actually playing Indian characters and like Indian representation in popular culture, then it wouldn't be as fucking problematic as Apu's existence was at the time. Yes. Sad thing that there's a real message from the loons in here. No, there are people that legitimately believe that. Okay, racist, do you agree with Luxana Crown Guard when she said we need to illuminate the darkness? What the fuck is on? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, there you go. Hey, look at this guy having the correct take on the documentary over here. This is like one of those instances. This is one of those things that I fucking talk about a lot. It's just something that people love talking about. If you won't fuck my wife, can you please watch 90-day reaction for her? No. Swen shakes off a chaser with a superb driving. Let's watch this, and then I'm gonna probably get into it after this because I'm fucking really excited to play.
Yo, pull over, motherfucker.
That's right.
Did he buy that? That's a nice car. What is he doing? No, he borrowed it. Did you watch Buddha or Mehdi's gameplay yesterday? No. Did you hear about Coil not being happy with the Bugstars robberies?
Yeah, so I want to catch you guys in the act. That's also another thing. I'd prefer if people didn't pretend to be some. I know it's role play and all, but I'd prefer that people didn't pretend to be a business to rob houses. The idea is, I'd much prefer you guys to have like a lookout, and if cops come, you don't come out of the house. The only way we catch you is you walking out of the house with a TV. You know what I mean? So if you got friends, you can have somebody be a lookout or some shit like that.
Metagaming? I mean, they'll probably... That's why we were going to switch away from Bugstars anyway. We were going to do like... We were going to do other businesses. That's the point, lol. I mean, it is... I see what he's saying. First of all, he's the fucking owner of the server. Okay? His entire... Like, he can say whatever the fuck he wants because his entire purpose or what he wants to do is create a balance to materialize as the greatest RP possible, as many RP opportunities as possible. So, like, him saying that is because he doesn't like, he probably doesn't like how OP it is when he is, when you can just like literally RP your way out of it. But that's precisely why I wanted to, make even better RP by doing the HGTV thing. Because I wanted to change the cover a little bit so that it's not the same like Bugstars convo over and over again. And I think part of the reason why he wants that to happen is so that there are more chases. Is this racist? Yeah, exactly. And it'd be weird if 30 people every hour pretend to be Bugstar yet. I think what they should do, what the cops should do, is have like, I don't know if they have detectives or not, but I think what they should do is maybe do an investigation. Like, have the cops do a fucking investigation, go undercover or some shit, and crack the fucking case and start punishing people that are using bug stars. I'm like literally fucking hurting myself here because, you know, that's the way that I have stolen so far. But like, launch an investigation and start cracking down on the bug stars people. Cops can't afford paper and pencils to write that shit down.